because
Because I make mad films. Yeah, I don't make films, but if I did, they'd have a samurai.
thank you. Thank you, Cable. I needed somebody to continue it. I've only drawn Kurapika, I think, 4 times now, which is weird.
Only 4.
5.
Listen, we already said that is a crime because there's more fan art of Hisoka than him or Leorio.
I know. I guess that's what inspired me to draw it. But if it's any consolation, I remember specifically every time that I've drawn that specific character in my life. So.
Oh, Batty, I explained how you were handling Nen to a friend of mine.
Yep.
He's gonna actually be trying to adapt, like, your sort of like discuss with the DM and like go over limitations with it for making Mangekyo Sharingan work in 5e.
What the fuck is that?
The advanced version of like the eyes in Naruto.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
Sharingan get their basic powers, but each Mangekyo ability is something unique to its user.
Okay.
Sometimes siblings can have overlapping abilities, but sometimes you can get 2 different abilities per eye. Like one eye, your left eye does something different than your right eye does. Or they can do the same thing and augment the powers extremely.
That actually sounds pretty cool. I'm glad somebody's actually getting use out of my weird idea of just letting the players and the DM make it.
Mm-hmm. He also supported how you were having Bisky train us. I explained it to him about the walking in salt.
Yeah.
And his response was, "No, makes sense. Just roll better, and it won't hurt you."
Yep.
Get good scrub.
That was basically it. Just if you get good, she can't hurt you. Makes sense.
Good.
I got my D20s. Make sure I got all my. Did you go live yet, Noodle?
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
We just chilling.
All right.
And I'm finishing off my pizza.
Let everybody get their munch on. I know we're doing this a bit early today.
Mounch.
Also, we could post that we're live in Noodle Hut and anywhere else. And I'll go ahead and put it in the Noodle Hut.
I'm gonna retweet the tweet I did on Twitter just to let everybody know we live.
Everybody needs a self-care Kurapika, Batty.
It's just...
Fucking Kurapika needs a self-care per Kurapika.
He needs a self-care Kurapika more than anybody else.
Exactly. He needs someone to tell him to fucking stop.
He needs a self-care Leorio.
He does. He needs a nap and a hug.
That's my one thing that always pains me about watching like wholesome anime or like wholesome anime moments, to where I like there's been times where like I'll be watching anime and like 2 characters will have this giant emotional reunion of sorts, or like overcome some obstacle, and they refuse to hug. And I'm like, in real life, I'd be hugging the other person until they stop breathing. God damn it.
It's like a hug off, like grapple them until they lose conscious.
Yeah, exactly. There needs to be more hugging in anime.
Indeed.
That's my stance on that.
I wonder how this episode is going to work on YouTube.
I mean, we're breaking it up into two parts.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but this is gonna be we still have the other one I need to upload too, which I forgot to do that last night again.
Yeah.
We gotta get Noodle a Final Phantasma stream starting soon. Screen.
Yeah.
You know what? I think that's the appropriate place for Tubulos.
This is true.
Now with 80% more crunch.
Stream starting soon. Make sure you grab yourself a bag of tubulos for the ride. Let's see. Hey, Luis. Let us know how does everyone sound in terms of audio?
La da 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 da.
Audio.
Do 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 do. I couldn't think of anything to say, so I was just like doody 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 doody.
Doody 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 doo doo doo.
Do.
Crab people. Oh, hello, Jack. How's it going? Everything's a-okay, okay. Oakley dokley.
Hello, Jack. We're going digital pretty soon, Jack.
We're going digital.
Right. As always, disclaimer, I won't be able to see the chat, just so you guys know. So if anything good comes up, let me know. I try to keep my screens limited so I can stay focused. But do you guys want to just kind of go around and do plugs real quick, and then we can get started?
Hold on, I need to put some shit away. Give me 1 second.
Okay. While Noodle goes to store her feces.
Don't read Fey Anarchy. It's a
Read
lie.
all of Fey Anarchy. Give Batty all your money. Run up to him on the streets and just throw dollars at him.
Don't throw money at me. That's
Call him a saggy naggy and throw dollars at him.
If you see a baddie on the street, you run up and throw all your pennies at him.
And he will eat them and go, delicious copper.
Copper sustains me.
Yes, Batty is the original trash man.
Somehow even more original than Danny DeVito, who's much older than I am.
Ninja Danny DeVito.
Egg!
Egg.
IBG!
But anyways, follow Ninja Dan on Twitter.
Fiji Universe Future.
How dare.
And also Noodle Laser.
She's a funny lady who tells the haha giggle jokes.
Killing us yesterday.
Batty be up in this bitch. Drawing some Fey Anarchy and DMing some amazing bugs and bones. Dan just comes flying out the gate with top tier DM pictures and drawings.
Hey guys, I just really fast, my sister finally made a Twitter account.
Hey.
Ooh!
We can harass her.
You can, actually, she wants you to. She's actually quite a fan of your work, Batty.
Hell yeah!
Adorable.
Her Twitter handle is reversible skeleton.
She just followed me.
Hey.
And me too!
About to get followed back.
And just instantly the same for me.
She's gonna get a flood of follows.
Be prepared if you do follow me. My entire page is going to be pretty much filled with dummy thick outer twerks.
You heard it from
Why did it take her this long to get Twitter if that's what she's
I
posting?
don't know. I listen, I told her that you would be instantly following her if you heard that.
Reversible skeleton. I like the name. Wait, isn't a reversible skeleton just an exoskeleton?
Pretty much.
Or maybe it's just a normal skeleton covered in marrow.
Ugh. That sounds painful.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, why don't everybody go check out Reversible Skeleton if you want some dummy thick eldritch horrors.
She's...
I wasn't going to follow, but then she said that, and I'm like, I have to follow now.
Listen, her grasp of anatomy is far stronger than mine, and I find that infuriating.
Listen, she had me at Reversible Skeleton. You know what? Anybody who can get that close to reverse shower disintegration, that deserves a follow.
Also, I want you to notice her profile picture.
Is it Merlin?
It is Merlin. Look at him.
It looks like Merlin just giving.
He looks like a fucking angel.
Yeah, it's Merlin just giving a hello face.
Coming for you.
No, that's not the I'm coming for you.
I'm coming for you.
I'm coming for you as that Gumby run I need to get.
I love that Gumby run.
I need that as my stream starting soon thing. Just that Gumby come.
That's a different one.
Also, excuse me if my voice sounds a little raspy at times. I am either fighting something or dealing with allergies. But I think I have it mostly under control.
So, she's already posted art on here.
Yep.
You saw it. The Illuminati. So this right here.
I don't want to overload the system, so I'm posting those one per day.
You can overload all you want, Darian. Twitter is a massive platform.
I'm just trying to debate how I want to do this. Okay, this will be first. Okay. What will scare Batty the most?
By rewarding me with candies and monies.
Got it. So your mom gives you candy and money.
Oh, wait. Actually, minus the money part, because Naoki doesn't need any more money.
Sure he doesn't.
He's cut off.
It's gonna be what's gonna happen is next time Naoki's asleep, he's gonna be waking up as singular butterscotch candies are thrown at him by Daisuke. Just sitting there, just taking them out of the wrappers and just chucking them at your face. I bring candy.
Okay. I did my pre-stream scream. I feel better.
I can't believe that's actually a thing with you.
No, it's I do it before I voice act too. Something about the act of just screaming stupidly just gets my energy up.
I should actually do that now. I don't know why I hadn't thought of it sooner. Thank you.
I just tried it.
It's great. It feels good. It's like running a marathon with your lungs. But I'm ready to start. You guys ready to go?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, let's switch up some Musaka. Let me do my intro and then we're going to jump right into this. Welcome everyone for Final Phantasma, our 10th episode. Where we last left off, the party had managed to venture forth into the Makai for the first time. After meeting some familiar faces and some new ones they hadn't experienced before, aside from Naoki, the party decided it was best for them to go and purchase new clothes for the upcoming event that they know they'll be doing with Yamada Koenma and a majority of the Spirit Agency. After meeting Naoki's eccentric mother and swapping sleeves with a couple of shirts, the party ventures back out into the main city of the Makai where, after wondering about the whereabouts of their comrade Pyro, who has been missing for over a week, they see him strolling nonchalantly out of a building in an act of attempting to connect with him, they are then accosted by two mysterious individuals who look on as Pyro responds with, okay, let me explain. And from there, we pick things right back up where we left off. Kunai?
Yeah. Cable. Music's a touch loud.
Kunai, you had ice thrown in your arm and you took a little bit of like cold damage as you see what appears to be two semi like a darker, I guess you would call them more like silver-haired females jump from almost out of nowhere as one of them appears to be holding a pipe and is standing in a defensive position in front of Pyro.
How much did I take again? I'm sorry.
4 points. 4
4,
points
okay.
of cold damage.
She's looking a bit miffed at these new girls.
She's got the pipe in like a reverse grip and she's just glaring at you.
That was rude. What the heck was that about?
Well, you tried to attack the boss.
Listen, we know him. He works at the same agency as us.
Everyone knows everyone. I don't know who you are. Do you know me?
No.
Well,
Why are you with Pyro? I don't understand.
Hold on. She's rolling a history check real quick. So she looks at you and she's like, well, everyone knows. You immediately see her like begin to like point at you, Kunai, and she's laughing a little bit like, oh my god, we're being accosted by a fucking Kunai Satsujin impressionist. You look fucking stupid.
Yeah, sure, that's real hilarious. Anyway, she's gonna take out Pyro's quote-unquote cell phone, and she's gonna dial up Hideki again.
So she just immediately like turns like, boss, and he puts a hand on her shoulder. And it's like, I know them, they're fine. She does that thing with like the two fingers where she's just pointing back and forth at you, Kunai, like she's watching you. And she just like steps beside Pyro. Daisuke and Naoki, you see all this unfold as well.
I just assume Naoki, after seeing that, will just be like running up to everybody and like knife in hand. Okay, who do I have to stab?
Oh great, we got another one.
Alright, we've already met a whole bunch of people you already know. Do you know these two as well?
No, but I'm gonna know their corpses in a second.
Pyro just steps in front of you like, hey, no, don't do this. They're cool. Who could control the Phoenix?
Daisuke.
Do you not know my abilities?
Let's think about this. He's been gone for weeks now. The only thing somebody that annoying to not accost me on a daily basis, he would have to be under some sort of mind control. I think we need to take out those two over there.
Daisuke just walks at the Pyro, just like hands on his shoulder.
Where have you been since we played volleyball?
Working on a mission. I had a thing. I kind of got stuck here a while ago.
Alright, Naoki, he remembers the volleyball. This might be him.
I still don't trust him.
Still dialing up Hideki.
Yep, it's ringing for a little bit. Answer immediately.
What'd you say?
Hold on. I have to roll something for Pyro right now. Like, look, okay. So you immediately see him strike the grossest pose you've ever seen, Naoki. It looks stupid as he just like raises one hand to the sky. He's like, Naoki, you can't forget your fabulous friend, the Black Phoenix himself. We fought valiantly on the fields of volleyball. You must surely remember me.
Yeah, no, his pose is really fucking stupid. It is, and
why do people keep saying that? Whatever.
Good to see you again, Chuni.
Stop calling me that. This one just walks up with a pipe and just looks at you, Daisuke, and she's just like looking back to Pyro. This guy giving you trouble? I'll take them both out right now.
Oh, you don't want that.
Roll an intimidation check, Daisuke. She's gonna roll counter intimidation.
I'm as intimidating as a shirt, remember?
Yeah. So you're like, oh, you don't want any of that. You look up at this girl. She's not much like, she's not super short. A lot of people are shorter than you. But she just gives you like this glare. You see scrapes. You see bandages and marks all over her face and just like bruises and what looks like a healing black eye. And something about her aura is just screaming, if you see my face right now, you should see the other guy. You do identify, though, it is spirit energy you feel coming off of her, not demon energy.
What is with every girl I come across always being like this?
I don't like you. I don't
Well.
like people who disparage the Phoenix. She just goes and stands on a wall next to Pyro.
Oh great, Pyro's got groupies.
Naoki's doing the I'm watching you eye thing. Question. I was gonna call her Shrimp, but I just remembered something you mentioned last time. Is she actually taller than me?
She's a little shorter than you.
Oh, okay. Wait, how tall is she?
I don't have an exact height. I know that in terms of like initial height, she's maybe about So this one, obviously, she's around like 5'11".
Yes, the big one.
She's probably like 5'5".
Oh, okay. I'll make fun of her height later. That's all right.
Damn, she tall.
Kunai, you eventually, as you're calling out, you eventually get the line to pick up, and you see what looks to be an exasperated Hideki.
Hey, guess
He looks
what?
crammed into something.
We found the idiot.
What do you... Oh, wait, where the hell was he?
In Demon World.
Put him on.
Pyro, it's for you. Catch.
Throw him... He looks at the thing as you throw it to... Oh, where'd you find this?
In your jacket.
Oh. Oh, he looks embarrassed across his face. Roll an insight, could I?
Insight. 15.
Pyro's, you can read it off his face, and you can tell why he's embarrassed. Pyro's probably been stuck in Demon World because he didn't have this to contact anybody.
Oh god.
So he's pretty much just been stranded here waiting for somebody to show up.
What an idiot!
I would say, Naoki, you're within range, like, to overhear this too. Kunai, as you toss him the phone, the other, like, taller girl comes over to you. She just kind of, like, taps you on the shoulder and, like, heals you up for the damage she did to you.
Oh. Hey, thanks.
Sorry about that. It was more reflex than anything. They had to make sure Pyro was okay.
Well, it's good to know he has people looking out for him.
Well, he's looking out for us. He's helping.
Helping with what exactly?
It'd probably be best if he explained everything. It's complicated.
Fair enough.
So, Pyro, looking through the mirror, is like, Hideki! You look tired. Pyro, if you don't have news for me, I'm going to murder you myself. Yes, I do have news. Naoki, you'd be there. He tosses you the mirror to hold up. Just like, Naoki, hold this for me for a second. And you see him digging around in his pockets in the inside of his new jacket, and he pulls out a small glass bottle with like a seal on the top of it. It's clear so you can see straight through it. And he holds it up to the camera. I believe this is why the humans are coming down with the ailment you've been finding over in Roppongi. Daisuke and Naoki, you can make a perception check to identify this.
And
Daisuke, you see it.
Oh.
Looks like a mosquito.
What's with the weird bug?
These have been pouring out into the human world. I'm not sure why, but apparently if they bite a human, they sort of begin developing demonic traits. It looks like these ones might be a younger breed, so they're not as like powerful as some more of the more mature ones I found in here. They've been seeping out. I think it has something to do with the Black Club like importing demons so frequently. They've been. He looks like he's trying to find a not gross way to say it. It looks like they've been nested into some of the demons and are hatching over in the human world.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nobody look at me. Okay, I had myself checked.
I don't know. When's the last time you showered, Naoki?
I shower very frequently. What are you talking about?
Still.
Fucking weirdo.
Well, that explains why this is happening. Hideki would just start like speaking and like that would explain why the humans are showing up like this, but it doesn't explain where they're coming from anyway. We know this is being a problem though. The club has been like really experimenting with some of the people out here. We don't know why they're so interested in this though. We've managed to track down some of them. It seems weird. They shouldn't be this interested in humans. If they can get stronger demons up to the D class or even higher, there's no reason humans with demonic energy should be relevant to them. But we're not sure what's going on, but it's been getting worse over here too, so we're going to have to... Oh, fuck, I don't want to have to do this, because I hate calling him. Pyro, you're gonna have to... You might have to speak to Koenma directly on this, or at least have one of them do it. And Pyro immediately does the thing where he touches his nose to go, like, not it. I need everybody to make just a quick initiative check.
oh no.
Ah!
Fun! So, immediately catching on to this kunai and daisuke, you put your fingers on your nose to do, like, the not it thing. And so Hideki just, like, looks through the mirror. Well, fun for you, Sunshine. Call Koenma, find out what's going on.
Oh! Whatever, just...
We'll try to keep tabs on the club and see what's going on out here. Just, be careful. And Hideki ends the call. What would you guys be doing once Hideki ends the call?
Not much. I guess I would be just trying to talk to Pyro about what the heck's going on.
Okay. Kunai, thank you for holding onto my jacket. I shouldn't have left that behind. It's too beautiful.
Whatever, nerd. Here you go.
Can't tell if you hate me or like me.
A little bit of both.
Well, I'm flattered, Kunai, but... You know, the flames are my lover.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen.
I'm glad you understand.
Daisuke wants to. I want to put his arm around Pyro, and be like, so, didn't realize you were so popular with the ladies there, Pyro.
The what? Oh, you mean Renka and Sorry, I have to find her name. Oh, Renka and Kurinu. He kind of points. He points to the shorter one as Renka, the taller one is Kurinu. They're let's call them new work associates. They were helping me out. They know Roppongi better than some other people. And in exchange, I was helping them get some of the Black Club members out of their area. They accompanied me here when I kind of discovered the thing on the insects. Something about owing me a favor. I don't know.
Oh, either way, it's nice to know you guys were looking out for each other.
Oh, they're very nice. The one with the pipe. She seems. I don't know. I see potential in her for some reason.
Naoki's currently growling at her.
Yeah, you.
Listen, Daisuke PTSDs to being whacked in the shins many times by Mitsuki.
Oh no, she's harmless. Really, she's actually she's a sweetheart. She's a sweetheart. Her and Naoki are just like growling and like being angry. Why are you guys here?
Business trip getting close for ceremony.
Oh, that was supposed to happen.
Wait. We found your jacket at the clothing store.
Oh, you met Naomi.
Yeah, we met Naoki's mom.
God damn it.
Wait, Naoki, that's your mom?
No, it isn't actually. They're lying for yucks.
Oh, she's awesome. She gave me a place to stay. Well, she gave all of us a place to stay, rather.
And yeah, no. Naoki is just going to cut his losses and just drop it.
Why you looking so flustered, Naoki? Your mom's a nice person.
I don't know why, like, the first time I step into Demon World and just, like, it's just instantly people I know, but...
Hey, Naoki, your long-lost twin brother comes walking by.
God damn it, I haven't even met him.
It's just you with a mustache. But not where you'd think.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Either way, Naoki, you lost the initiative, so you're the one calling Koenma.
Oh yeah, I have to do that, right? Okay. Pick on Naoki Day. Naoki is going to try to move this girl to the side.
You just push her to the side.
I'm just gonna like push her, like awkwardly like push her face out of the way so he can walk by to this alley.
Touch me. She just walks off. She glares at you, Daisuke, and she just walks over and stands next to the other girl.
Little freak. So is this accurate? Is this a stalactite full of creatures with little eyes poking through?
No, it's just a stalactite full of nothingness.
Okay. Well, if there's not little creatures there, then I'm gonna set the compact. I'm gonna press it.
Alright. Through. After a minute, it takes a second for it to connect, but once it does, you see an image of... I don't know how to describe this other than you immediately just hear wailing as you hear what sounds like a stick hitting flesh. How did you let this happen? I'm sorry, Lord Koenma. I'm sorry. Sorry's not good enough, Ogre. You'll be spending the next week in the mines. No, not again. Not again.
Ayo, Koenma!
Wow, who's calling?
Me,
Oh,
Naoki.
God, that was recorded, wasn't it?
Yes, but that's beside the point. I have important business to discuss.
No, I have important business for you, actually. It's surprising that you would call, but it's not unwarranted because you all... This is something I was going to have to call you for anyway. This is very bad. Very, very bad. Very, 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 very... And he's just kind of going off on a tirade of very, veries for a while.
I'm just crossing my arms and rolling my eyes. This is going on.
Happen, and this is going to require me bringing in some of the more competent members of the Spirit Agency to handle all of these.
Oh, so we don't have to worry about it.
Oh no, you all have to worry about it. How fast can you get to the Makai?
Instantaneously.
Perfect. So... And you immediately see, like, all the joking aside, he really does get, like, he gets, like, the serious Koenma face. I would need your help. Is everybody else there with you?
He's gonna look around the corner. Is anybody else here with me?
Shuhine's doing a funny little dance.
Yeah, no, everybody else, I'm just fucking with you. And he's gonna actually take the compact and point in the line. Don't ask about the weird wolf girls. I still don't know why they're relevant.
Who vouches for them? Pyro just gives him like the yo. That doesn't fill me with confidence, but okay. All right. All right. So I'm going to fill you in on what's been happening and let you know what's going to be going forward. You guys are going to be going on a mission, a severe one, and there'll be good news and bad news for this. First and foremost, something of very significant importance was stolen from Spirit World recently, a golden seal belonging to my father.
You know, Koenma, it seems like you seem to misplace items belonging to your father on a consistent basis.
Typically, he would get mad and blow up at you, but even you, Naoki, you pick up on this. Koenma's got, like, the serious, this isn't like I'm going to get punished face. This is the shit could really get destroyed face. Regardless of how it was stolen, this is something of significant importance. I've sent Yusuke and the rest to go after that. They're dealing with something in the very pits of, like, the Makai, far away from where you guys would be, apparently. I have Hideki and Sanosuke dealing with the influx of the Black Club bringing demons into the human world. But learning about insects and their appearance in there's only one group of creatures that would be sending them out at this time, and I think they're taking advantage of all the different chaos to do this. I need you guys to deal with the Saint Beasts over in the Dark City.
The same.
Would I know who those are, or would I have to roll history?
You have a passing knowledge of them, but you and the Wolf Girl together or Karinu together can roll. She will assist you, so you can roll this with advantage. For history.
7.
Okay.
What do I know about the Saint Beast?
How can you be a saint and a beast? That's weird.
Oh.
You remember hearing some stories about it, but
yeah, I just never got like the idea because like usually saints have like a religious context, but you're also a demonic beast. It doesn't really make much sense, Koenma. Like, really.
They're 4 extremely powerful demons. Probably stronger than anything you've faced up to this point. And to give you context, Karama was nothing compared to them. Hiei was nothing compared to them.
Excuse me?
No, this is significantly dangerous, and we don't have any other options but to send you, and if you guys are in a bit of a bigger group, this might be beneficial for you to go that way. We can't risk them. I don't know what they're after, but if they're taking advantage of the commotion, worst case scenario is they're trying to find a way to make their way into human world for some reason.
Huh.
I would typically send Yusuke to deal with this, but that golden seal also takes importance, and he's out there with his team right now. I actually sent Karama and Hiei to go assist him with that.
Huh.
Oh, well, you know that sounds important, Koenma. But you know we were already helping out our buddy Pyro with one of his current jobs. So,
Pyro immediately has like the hand on his blade, like. Koenma. We will deal with these problems for you. We all swear on our honor that we will take care of these Saint Beasts. Whatever it is whatever they want to call themselves. They stand nothing against the Phoenix, the Wolf, the Bear, and the Giganshi.
Okay.
Which one of us is the bear?
That's you. You look like a bear.
Oh, okay.
why did I trust Pyro to try to get me out of this situation? Goddamn.
I mean, Pyro would be the deciding. He technically is a senior member.
Don't remind me.
He's technically your senpai.
There's that word again.
But truthfully, this isn't something we would send. I wouldn't send Yusuke into this type of situation without anything to prepare him with. So Sheena should be along soon with some things we've managed to acquire for you. to at least make the job a little bit easier, but you'll have to travel from where you are over to the Dark City. And from there, try to make your way through Maze Castle and deal with the beasts. I advise you not to take this job lightly, and once you leave the protected area of the current township you're in, we really won't be able to aid you any further. So please contact us if you need anything, and if there's something we can do, we will try. But we're going to send you whatever it is we can right now.
We get a first aid kit for Naoki.
We've spoken to some of the people in this township. You can take the night if you need to rest, recover, and do whatever you need to get before you head out.
Oh, that
But
would be.
this is something we need you to do as soon as possible.
Yeah, that would be pretty beneficial, honestly, boss.
These Makai insects, if they were to spread to a larger populace of humans. Do you remember what happened when Hiei had the cursed sword and they were starting to convert and become
Yeah.
more aggressive?
Yeah, it just this guy Dicey just kind of pulls down like his clothing to show some of the scars.
Yeah, I kind of remember that a lot.
And Kuna, you remember how Gentaro was a little bit like when you saw him like sort of possessed?
Yeah.
Imagine a billion of those cursed swords, each with their own sort of desire to possess one creature, moving in a swarm over a heavily populated city.
It's time to save the filthy humies again.
Hey, watch your mouth, Naoki.
I'm just saying, every time somebody needs saving, it's usually not demons.
I mean, you're kind of stubborn and never really asked for help.
Shut up, Daisuke.
Well, alright, Koenma, we'll head out as soon as possible. We'll await for Sheena and take things from there. But until then, you have my honor as Pyro, the Phoenix of the Black Flame, that these beasts shall fall. And he's just striking a stupid pose. And you actually notice that the other two girls, like, they sort of like frame the lower portion of him and they're striking equally dumb poses.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He has groupies now.
Like, one of them's doing the one where, like, the wolf girl is doing the thing where, like, her arms are folded in, like, weird positions and she's, like, making the claw mark towards her forehead. The other one's doing, like Goldo's pose from the Ginyu Force.
I was about to make a fucking Ginyu reference. But...
Daisuke is being overwhelmed with the urge to want to join in too, but then looks at Kuna and Naoki and decides not to.
Naoki would be definitely starting daggers at Daisuke. Don't you dare concede to them.
I mean,
Alright.
it just looks a lot of fun.
Alright. Let me get one thingy pulled up real quick. But you see Koenma, he sort of like gets the papers together. And I want you to, Naoki in particular, I want you to make a perception check.
Perception. 11.
So you hear somebody whisper something into Koenma's ear, and you see his face sort of go like stoic. I was like, well, good luck, and if I never see you again, it was a pleasure working with you.
That's reassuring.
Honestly, Koenma, I can't say the same.
If anybody'd like to roll insight on that statement, you're allowed to.
Yeah.
I will also... where did it go? I'm so sorry. There we go. Nope.
So, Daisuke and Kunai don't pick up on it. Naoki, it clicks based on like the tone of his voice and the context of somebody whispering something to him. He's probably not talking about if you guys don't come back alive. He seems like he's resigning himself to go do something right now.
Well,
And he just kind of like gives Ogre one more like farewell whack with a stick. Like, I might miss that most of all. And then he begins to like leave. And the last thing you see before the screen cuts out abruptly is you see a blue face staring up at you like, hello? Yes.
Man, I wouldn't really likes beating that blue pinata.
Cable, you're cutting out really hard.
Okay. How's that?
That's good.
Yeah. So the call cuts out abruptly. You guys are sort of standing around with this small settlement. But Sheena will be along shortly. And once she has given you what you need, you are free to either rest up for the night and head out, or you can head straight out. It's fairly late in the day from when you guys got here anyway, so it's about like 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I think it would be wise to rest, because our battle against the shirts has decimated my Yoki pool.
Never thought we'd ever make statements like this.
The battle against the shirts has decimated your Yoki.
Naoki will never wear a shirt again.
I mean, your AC will probably go up.
True. Oh, are we still wearing our fancy clothes?
Yeah.
You are still wearing your fancy clothes, but you can change into your combat gear if you need to.
Yeah, I'm changing back into my regular duds.
Alright. I'll say there's a small place you guys can like post up at. It's like the place where Pyro was eating. They've got like rooms to stay in.
I don't want to destroy our outfits and have to go get new ones.
You don't want to go visit Mom again?
I'm pretty sure I don't.
As metal as it would look to be, you know, dressed up to the nines in a fancy dress with just like slash marks all through it. Nah.
So Kunai, so Sheena's gonna be back any moment. Do you think she'd like this, like how this tux looks?
Why? Why do you ask, Daisuke? She's just kind of like rib him a little bit.
I mean, because, it's not like I have a thing for her or anything. It's kind of,
Oh, she'll think you look super handsome there, my dude.
Oh, yay.
Pyro just runs up and he like slaps an arm around your shoulder. Like, trust me, if you need help with the ladies, I can show you.
I mean, obviously.
He looks greasy. Wait, what do you mean?
I mean, the entourage.
The what?
Just points over at Wolf Girls.
Alright, now it's time to make that infamous intelligence check for Pyro.
Isn't it really high though?
It is, but Pyro's stupid, so he has disadvantage with this. He's very like thick-headed. Like, you watch one eye go to one direction and the other one go to the other direction. Like, opposite, as he's just, like, thinking for a second. And then it immediately clicks and he goes red-faced. Wait, no. You misunderstand. We're work colleagues, obviously. We're working. That's what this is about, work.
Right.
Totally work.
Well, either way, you're doing a hell of a job.
Listen, all right,
You're forward behind your jacket.
they're good people, demon just trying to make her way in the world, human just working with a friend. They saved my ass, obviously. They're shut up, and he just walks off.
That begs the question, why is there a human in demon world? Is she like a spirit person?
Oh no, she came with us when we fled from the Roppongi. We had to use less than legal channels to get here. We used one of the methods the Black Club uses to sneak demons in and out.
She's a little feral bastard.
Well, she grew up over in that district. She's not had it the easiest. But you won't find a more capable fighter. Oh, I haven't even introduced you all, have I?
No, you
Not
seem to
officially.
glance over that part.
you see them both just sort of like stand and like do stupid like Sentai poses. These are my new colleagues. This is Kurinu, pointing to the stacked girl with the wolf ears. And this is her, I think they prefer the term sister, or Renka. They're infamously known over in the Roppongi as not enforcers, but more like handymen, I guess is the best way to describe it. If you needed a job done, they were the ones you would contact about it.
Well,
So
beating the shit out of this black cub, guys, is cool by me.
Yeah, they have a particular disdain for them, so, the enemy of my enemy. But we, couple scraps here and there, couple near-death experiences and saving one's lives, and, you form a friendship with some people like that. And they all do like you see all three of them do this fist bump, like all three of them at the same time. But they're
How come we
solid.
never do those kind of things?
Shut up, Daisuke. I'm trying to look cool.
And you see the one with the pipe walk up. And who would these people be? Oh, this is Naoki. Just points to you.
Naoki is like flipping the double bird at this point.
This would be Daisuke Matsumoto.
And
Chuhine pops out
before
of the air.
he says anything, she's going to cut him off, and she's going to be like, "My name is Yuzu."
Yuzu. Isn't that a fruit?
It's short for Yuzuriha.
Zuriha. Huh. I guess this is you. Can't we just call you your other name? I like that one better. It's cooler.
Fine.
This is Miss Kunai Satsujin. And she already thought you were an imposter, but as you guys wait around for Sheena, the one with the pipe is just going to be like looking you up and down. Like she's very skeptical of you.
Looks aren't free.
You sure you're not a ripoff of her? You look a little tackier. Also, I heard she died.
She did die. I was just a fan, that's all.
After a minute, she immediately puts the pipe down. I would say you guys are all sitting around in a place where you can just like rest and eat while you wait for Sheena. She immediately grasps like one of your hand with both of hers, and you see like the large like anime stars appear in her eyes. And that makes us sisters in spirit. We will both honor the memory of the late great Kunai.
Oh, Jesus
baby
Christ.
metal destruction idol of the reign over them all.
Oh, Jesus Christ, what have I done?
She just like holds her hand up, like, oh, this is gonna be great. Kurinu doesn't really like it when I gush and go over Kunai. Oh, Kunai was one of the greatest. Her fucking idol group is such shit now that she's gone.
No kidding, right?
They're so fucking lame. They barely destroy. Like, see, she brought the malice to it. As far as lookalikes go, you're actually not far off from her.
Yeah.
I'd say you're probably the second biggest kunai fan in the world.
Yeah, I'm pretty close, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not as big a fan as me, but I'm proud to call you an associate fan.
Well, it's good to know one.
And she just like sits right up next to you, and she's just gonna go off and like just keep talking, and it's like every other sentence is kunai this, kunai that. And that's your evening for the next hour.
I ought to be careful what I say around that one.
Naoki, do you have your ears showing right now?
I do.
So the wolf girl would come over to you, Kurinu, and she would just like sit down, and she would just be staring at your ears. She has her ears showing too.
Hey, You want to say something, or are you just gonna stare at my ears all day?
Are you a cat?
No, I'm like a fox.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, can you not tell?
She kind of does like a thing. It's been a little like hazy. I've been in human world for a while.
How do you swing that?
I not so much was smuggled in. I kind of agreed to do a favor for the Black Club. Never really.
Do?
Yeah, but I never actually paid up on my end of the bargain. And she does like the she has like the eyes turning like the white circles with like the black outlines, and like she's doing that. I kind of skimped out on my deal.
Huh. Me too.
They're fucking shitheads, especially the way they've been importing female demons lately, looking for those ice maidens.
Oh, we saw a girl. I don't know if she was like those ice maidens you're looking for, but she seemed pretty not happy. My friends tried to step in, but we had to back down when the Taguros got involved.
Oh yeah, those Taguros. That younger one's weird.
Oh yeah, I know, right? He has the long hair, but it's all like greasy and.
Oh no, that's the older brother.
Oh wait, that's the older one.
Yeah, the younger one's the roided out Jersey Shore looking dude.
Oh, I never would have guessed that. That's kind of weird.
No, the Taguros are gross. But compared to what normal demons can do, we can't really. They have the power to back up what they do, so we can't really go mouthing off to them. I'm glad they haven't found me yet, though.
Oh well, it's kind of. How did you fit into human world again? No offense, but you kind of like really tall and have the big ears. Well, I guess I also have ears, but they're kind of smallest, so I could just kind of wear them under a hat or under my hair.
Oh, and do you see her sort of like smile a little bit, and she like gestures over to the girl talking Kunai's ear off? When I first went there, I didn't have it very easy, and I had to stay hidden for most of the time. Actually, nearly died a couple times, but that one over there, she's. And she just kind of like leans in. I don't mean this to be offensive. You don't really expect humans to be as understanding or as kind as they can sometimes be. Sometimes they seem like selfish pricks.
I kind of noticed that recently too. Like,
no.
Everybody's like, oh, demons, so like big and scary, but there's some bastards out there.
Yeah, that one's not though. She saved me. She helped me out actually for a while before I was able to move again, and we started like sort of staying together. I stayed with her in Roppongi. She really didn't have much, so I would sort of be I basically, by maybe illegal means, acquired food for her and ways for her to survive.
Don't feel bad about stealing. Most people have to steal at some point in their lives.
Yeah. But she's an adorable one, but to answer your question of how I get around without people noticing it too much, you see the hat she's wearing?
Yeah.
She intentionally started wearing that and told people we just wear the fake ears as a statement.
Oh, like you're one of those weeaboos.
Yeah, those gross ones.
Oh, yeah, no. By the way, where did you get your jacket?
Oh my! I had this green-haired lady make it.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh no, we can go show you. I think we have time for
No,
tomorrow.
we're fine. I'm fine. I'm actually, just trying to stay away from leathers for the time being. I think I might have an allergy.
Well, do you have an allergy to drinking?
Very much not.
Well, then, what do you say as two fellow demons we go do what no human stomach can really do?
Lead the way.
Right? And you guys, while Kunai's getting ear talked off, you go and get sloshed with Kurinu.
Hell yeah.
So you two are just drinking and you're just talking. It's nice talking with Kunai and Daisuke, but this is somebody you can talk to about like demon stuff.
I can mouth off about humans all I want, and nobody's gonna get mad at me.
Daisuke and Pyro, you're both just sitting with a bag of tubulos in each of your respective hands.
So, gotta ask, Pyro, you been working out, you getting stronger?
Oh, like you'd never believe. You think the Phoenix doesn't come back from defeat stronger and stronger?
I mean, like, I still remember when you cut off that one demon's arm. That was pretty sweet.
That was mere child's play compared to what I can do now.
Did you ever know what I did with that arm?
What did you do with it?
And I hold out the bone sword.
He looks at it and he just like... He immediately just like puts an arm around you. Fucking sweet.
I know, right? I haven't used it yet because, I'm afraid it might break if I use it too much. But, I'm waiting for the right chance, It's gonna be pretty awesome.
Well, it looks like with this mission we might get more than our fair share of chances. I admit, I'm a little nervous about taking on demons of this caliber. Even for me.
So, like, what are these Saint Beast things? They got like a church or something? They got like robe-wearing dudes?
He's rolling history checks right now. I can't say I know too much about the Saint Beasts, but anything above a D-class demon isn't something I'd be particularly fond of dealing with again.
So, like, they got like a grading scale?
Has no one ever explained to you how demons work?
I mean, like, Yamada was like going on about something, but he didn't really get into it.
So, and he sort of like just pulls out a small piece of paper and just like draws it out for you. Most humans, people with no spiritual awareness, just the standard people that go around their lives, are ranked at the lowest stage that there can be in E-class. Moving beyond that are demons of very low energy resonance, and also some spiritually aware humans, probably like yourself when you first joined the agency. You'd be what's considered a lower D class. Each stage has the lower, the middle, and the higher tiers. Karama and Hiei, for example, were middle D class. Goki was lower D class. These Saint Beasts, if the information is to be believed, they're at least mid-C, if not upper C.
Damn.
I've only ever dealt with one C-class demon before, and it was not something I want to repeat again.
Well, I mean, like, there's a group of us now, right?
You see a look go across Pyro's face. There was a group of us last time, too. But I'm not weak like I was back then. Things won't repeat themselves. I'm going to make sure that they don't. So,
Alright.
you guys won't die. I can guarantee that much at least.
Well, you just make sure you don't go killing yourself off either.
He gives you a nod, but he doesn't actually respond to it.
We're gonna make sure you don't have to revive Phoenix Boy.
Well, flame that burns twice as bright lasts half as long. So, if I need to revive, I'll revive. If I can't, well, we don't have to think about that right now. Let's just enjoy the moment.
No, we'll just roll up on those robe wearing twats. We'll just kind of knock him down, kick him in the ribs a few times. They'll never see it coming.
Sneak up on them, just hit them with the butt of my blade, then the sharp end of it. Saint Beasts. Such a tacky title name.
I know, right?
Like, Black Phoenix is an impressive name. What's your title, Daisuke?
Like, title? I don't know, I just kind of ran the Screaming Skulls for a bit after Scuzz died.
Leader of the Screaming Skulls.
I mean, like, I wear this, I do have this armband I wear on me all the time. It says King on it.
We're going to get you a title. I think that's the next big thing for you. No leader of a group should not have a title. Like, seriously, what do you... Come on. He's just egging you on.
King of Skulls?
We'll be workshopping this. On our way over there, too, we'll be workshopping this.
I don't know, maybe Chuhine is a good idea.
I do not, man giant. And goes back into your hair.
Oh, I swear, if I can ever understand you one day, that's gonna be sweet.
Time passes. It's about 8:30 as you see Sheena coming in with what looks like a large backpack. She's got like a large bag and then like several items like bundled up in cloth.
Daisuke would immediately like to help her with the bag.
Are you still wearing the suit?
I am.
Okay. She walks up to where you guys are like, oh, hello, Kunai, Naoki. We'll deal with that later.
You're looking kind of red-faced there, Sheena. You feeling all right?
Partial embarrassment, partial nervousness. I have to leave soon to go help Botan. I'm sorry I can't stay with you guys longer. But I needed to make sure these were delivered to you. And she goes over and first she hands you a small ornate looking dagger that seems to be reacting to your yoki, giving it almost like electrical impulses coming off the blade. This was a gift from Koenma. He said that these should help you out with moving forward. Though they were specially designed to be useful in combat. They'll react to your energy in unique ways. And out of character, you know what this one does, right?
I don't have the stats for it, but I do know what it does.
It should be in your character sheet. I put everything in there.
Should it now?
Yes, it's listed under Devil Stinger.
Oh, that's such a badass name.
And if you go to bio, what it does is listed in your character appearance special ability.
Okay. Delicious.
Let me see. Oh, where's everything out? Daisuke, this was forged specifically for Oni to use. It's a large sort of like... It looks like a very brutal... It looks like almost like It looks like if Onis were to play baseball. It looks like an Oni-sized baseball club.
Oh my god.
But sort of where the pommel should be. Sheena just gives you a smile, and she leans in. I asked for Koenma to do that one specifically for you. There is an ornate-looking skull that appears to be screaming. For the pommel of the Oni Club.
This is.
Did you see? There's a tear running down Daisuke's eye.
And Kuna, yours is different. I actually don't have your item.
What?
You see her pull out a sword. It looks like it's not like Sephiroth long, but it is pretty fucking long.
Damn.
She walks over. As you see her like unsheath the blade, it's like this mixture of like red and black going across like the bladed part of it, and the blunt end is silver.
Yo.
She goes and she hands that to Pyro.
Oh, motherfucker. Cable,
And
why
you
does
see him
Pyro
sort of
get a
look-
no dachi?
Like, because. And you see Pyro. You see him, like, with the tattered bandages. When he unwraps it, you see one of the most ornate-looking katanas you've ever seen in your life. And he immediately takes his personal sword and gives that to you, Kunai.
Oh my god.
Not only has this sword been made by some of the finest people that have ever made a blade, and you see him sort of like extend up his hand, and you see black fire appearing off of it. I reforged it special using my own flames. You won't find a blade sharper than this, Kunai. And I don't think there's anybody I've met more worthy than you to wield this.
Somehow not thrilled to be getting hand-me-downs, Pyro.
Oh no, this isn't a hand-me-down. This is a reforge.
Okay.
But
it's still a hand-me-down because it was his originally.
It wasn't his originally. It's something you can insight him if you want.
Okay. 1 second. 10.
You see as he gives this to you, there's almost like a bit of like a face. This has an extreme amount of sentimental value to him, but for reasons you don't know.
Well, whatever the meaning, I appreciate it, Pyro.
And you have the stats for that, right, Noodle?
Yes.
Alright. So, and the ability to, so when it says you get the additional fire, it's not normal fire, it's black fire. Pyro,
Nice.
like, reforged that specifically.
Of course he
So
did.
you now cut things with somewhat the way he does with his sword.
That is so sick.
So, I know it's not as fancy as getting something brand new, Kunai, but I guarantee you won't find a better blade than this.
Yeah, well, mine is still in the shops anyway.
Well, I hope it protects you the way it did me and the people before it.
I don't know what you guys are complaining about. I got a toothpick compared to dice case thing.
Just doing the full-on like batter poses. Oh yeah, gonna knock him out of the park every time.
Find that thing. Where is Pyro's sheet?
Resisting the urge to stab you so much.
Give me 1 second, Noodle, because I have to find out what this specifically is. Because your weapon actually has a very specific name.
I mean, Naoki, I think that's actually a really fitting weapon for you. Anyway, you just kind of like you just kind of like just sneak up, you stroll up on them, and you just like stab, and they're like, oh no, stop stabbing me.
Oh no! If I stab somebody with this, I'm gonna have to stab them when they see me, or else they won't be able to see the pretty dagger. Like, what's the point of having such like a beautiful knife if the person you're stabbing can't see it?
I mean, that's actually a very fair point. I mean, like, you wanted to appreciate the craftsmanship that went into the weapon that's killing them, right?
Exactly.
So, just kind of bam rumbling with this thing.
I like this better than yours now.
So, okay, I've got the name for it. I had to figure out where it was. It was on a sheet somewhere. So, I will send you specifically there is like an engraving on the blade, actually, Noodle. So I'll send you what it says.
Nice.
And I'll tell you what it means if you want to ask.
Yeah, no, I want you to know, Cable, that an Odachi is literally just a long fuck-off katana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pyro's gonna do some dumb shit.
Yeah, he is.
You couldn't get an Odachi, Noodle, because Odachis are strength-based. They can't be used as dexterity weapons.
Gotcha. Okay.
But you get the black flame blade known as Shokaku,
Nice.
which, if I remember my Japanese correctly, it can have many meanings. One of them is redemption flame, or redemption.
Damn.
So on top of that, Sheena also unfurls a bag. She hands you all 3 packs. It's enough rations to last you for 3 days. She, out of all of you guys, who do you think would be the most likely to take a medical kit?
I think Naoki should, because he's a close-up and personal fighter.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking, like, Naoki wouldn't mind, like, spending turns that you guys could be, like, doing, like, major DPS damage, like, killing somebody if he needs to, so I'll take the medkit.
In any case, she's all maxed out on healing and Reiki potions, so it's all good.
Also, if need be, I got the healing touch.
So that's on top of the med kit. You guys are also given a small side bag. These aren't made of extremely good quality, so they probably won't last you very long. But with these, they are also stocked out with an additional 3 Reiki potions and 3 healing potions.
Nice. So
Oh,
So you temporarily can carry 6 more potions.
Damn. That's
And
actually really
you see-
useful.
There is something. There's a piece of paper sticking out of each of them. Pyro also gets one, and he's kind of like dividing it between the other 2 girls there because they weren't actually known to be here. So he's kind of like taking assessment of his rations to like figure out how he can work with them. But for Kunai, Daisuke, and Naoki, there's a piece of paper sticking out of each. You guys can choose to read them if you'd like. They each say something different.
Okay,
yes, definitely reading it.
Who wants to hear theirs first?
I do.
Kunai.
Okay,
Kunai, you pull out a piece of paper. You see it's a little note, and there is one small like flower pressed inside the note as well.
Huh.
And it just says, regardless of how difficult your job is, regardless of what you need to do to protect people, don't forget I expect you to come back to me. Little heart, Gentaro.
Aww. She's gonna fold that up gently and tuck it neatly into her clothes. Also, I still want to point this out, Cable, that Maho is still with me.
Yes, Maho is with you. Daisuke, you open yours up. You see, it looks like it was written hastily, and there's 2 different colors, like I guess to signify who's writing what. And it says, "I'm only writing this because Mom made me, but whatever. I'll wish you luck and don't die, you idiot." And then in sort of a darker ink below that in bold letters, you see, "Seriously, don't fucking die, alright? I have no grandkids and you need to fix this problem for me. Junko."
Just red-faced.
Okay, yours is folded up pretty well. You open it, and it's still folded in half, but you see the note written on like the front half of like the folded part of the paper. And it's "You're an amateur detective, and you're not great at what you do. I'm afraid that my life has to be put in your hands, but for the love of God, please. I don't want to have to train anybody new, so don't die. Hideki." Also, open up the... Also, I sent you a gift. Open this up.
Yeah, I'm gonna open it up.
Oh, he drew a picture of a middle finger.
Oh yeah, no, that's more in character.
You guys
Well,
have...
Naoki's gonna put his arms around Daisuke and Kunai. If I die, give all my belongings to Sheena.
Wait, what?
Oh no, I meant Mitsuki, sorry. You can have, like, my wardrobe. The rest goes to Mitsuki.
Can't wear that. I mean, I could wear that, but I don't want to wear that.
I mean, like, how many more knives do you have?
You don't want to know.
You see the wolf girl, significantly drunk, walk over, and she's like, well, we shouldn't die. As long as we're with the boss, we'll be fine. I don't know anybody who's stronger than Wairo Patawabe.
I would love it if she just always got his name wrong no matter what.
Sheena just laughs and she looks around and she genuinely like smiles at you guys and is like, I have to go to help Botan. It's fairly dangerous how things are going right now. Even Lord Koenma's not sure he's going to make it out of this alive, so we need to work fast. I wish you guys the best of luck, and if there's anything I can do, please let me know.
Out of character, Cable, did they point out where these safe beasts even are?
Yes. So, out of character, they mentioned that you're going to have to travel for a little bit. It'll probably be about 2 days travel to make it to the Dark City. And from the Dark City itself, it'll only be maybe about a couple, like, barely like 15 minutes ways to Maze Castle, where the Saint Beasts will be.
Okay.
So they told you where to go to get to the Dark City. But once you leave the settlement, you're at the mercy of whatever demons are around.
Oh, good.
And before Sheena can leave, Daisuke is definitely gonna say goodbye to her.
She smiles and she just kind of looks at you, like, a little afraid. And she just goes, come back alive. And she pecks you on the cheek before she runs out.
Oh, I was gonna hand her the rose Karama gave me.
Oh. You can do that before she would do that part. She just looks at...
In the name of the moon, I'm gonna shove this club up their asses.
Well, if anyone can do it, I'm sure it'll be you. And she just smiles. Then you see her sort of run out and immediately like summons the scissor blade as she like cuts through and begins to like go and run off to do what she has to do with Botan. Okay. And I'll say you guys sleep, you rest, any HP and Reiki, Yoki all restored.
And change back to regular outfit.
Yeah, also, if you have anything you don't want to bring with you or things you want to risk not getting hurt, Naomi has agreed to watch stuff for you guys.
I'll be leaving Chuhine with Naomi.
Man giant!
You fool, you left the mouse in the care of a fox.
It's cool, they have tea and crackers together.
Let me look and see if I have anything important.
I think just for safekeeping, I would leave Maho as well.
Maho and Chuhine... Maho goes and Chuhine climbs on Maho's head. And
Aww.
you can't understand Chuhine, Kunai, but you can understand Maho. Like, I don't get why the mouse is talking about having fun adventures while everybody's gone.
Don't worry about it.
Kunai, I'm afraid. What's an American tale? I don't want to go west.
Listen. If he starts talking about making a Trojan mouse, just run.
So with those potions, how many did we get in total?
3 healing, 3 Reiki. They're the good ones from Junko Shop.
So, question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How trusting should I be of my mother with money?
How trusting would you be with money?
Like for me handling other people's money?
Yes.
Not at all.
Okay, so basically subtract that tier by like 5%. That's probably where she's at.
Oh, good to know. Are there any I was about to say banks, but no, are there any like places where I could potentially bet early on the Dark Tournament?
Batty, this is hell. Of course there are banks. Where do you think banks come from?
Are there any like bookies?
You see, there are some people around. Like in the place you guys are drinking, there's some sketchier, shadier looking people there that might be willing to take a bet or two.
I kind of want to find an official-esque sort of bookie that I know will not run off with my money and just keep it with them betting early on the dark tournament for specifically goddamn I forgot their name, Jin's team.
Okay, I don't remember what Jin's team's name is, but I'll just keep it listed as Jin's team until I remember.
The ninjas.
Okay, let me make a note.
I'm going to put all my money on this. Now, will this be something that if I back out like a fair bit before the dark tournament, I could get my money back also?
You don't know because you've never tried to back out before. You're usually an all-in kind of dude.
That's fair. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do this shit. Who's the bookie's name, by the way?
Okay, let me... I'm just pulling, making notes that way I'll remember that this happened.
This is important. Naoki doesn't trust Banks, but he'll gladly bet all of his money. Banks or his mom. But yeah, the scummy bookie is alright.
You see... So, 1 second. You see standing over with what looks to be like semi-official dark tournament like attire. He's sitting behind like a little bit of a table just getting set. Sorry, my chair was messing up on me. I had to fix it. As you approach, he just looks at you. It's a demon. He's got like one singular horn coming off of his head, and it looks like he's got extremely long earlobes that just fall to the ground. And he's got he's got a pair of like thin sunglasses on and a very like slack-jawed face with a name tag that says Kuda.
Kuda, okay. Yeah, so
registration or betting?
Betting.
Yeah, you look too scrawny to register.
Let's keep it that way.
Here are the current competitors for the Dark Tournament. If you'd like to place a bet on one of the odd favorites now, you're welcome to. If you would like to hold your bet and see if a new team appears before the deadline, which is 1 month before the tournament, you are allowed to shift your bet.
Okay, I guess I'll hold my bet. I'm gonna give you, let's look and see how much money I have.
Okay, Jin's team was Team Masho.
Team Masho, that's right. Okay, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Holding a bet on Team Masho for 52,000 yen.
Team Masho, 52,000?
Yep.
Yep. And as you looked at the paper, you do see some other names on there. You see Team Masho, Team Rakuyakai, Team Taguro, and Team Ichigake.
God damn it. God damn it.
You see a few other slots which are like teams to be determined. But at this point, you don't see anything else besides those names listed there.
Okay. Also, Cable, out of character, I misread. It was not 52,000, it's 5,200. Naoki's being sensible, he's keeping 50 yen on him.
Of course. There's a 50 yen registration fee if you want to enter the tournament. No.
Pretty cheap.
For out of character, isn't like 50 yen like 50 cents?
Yeah.
Yeah, super cheap.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
All right.
So you're holding on a bet for Team Masho for 5,200 yen.
Yep.
And I'm going to say you guys are doing this the night before you leave, so that you're not doing this during the day. Daisuke, you wanted to slap a bet down.
Let's see.
Masho, Rakuyakai, Ichigake, and Toguro.
Masha, is that the one with that red-haired guy?
Because Naoki's there, right?
Yeah, Naoki's here.
Oh, you mean Jen?
Oh yeah, that's the one that you were flying around with, and then you totally cheated and won.
Yeah, no, he's on Team Toguro.
Team Toguro. Okay. Hey, isn't that like those
Oh god, I totally believe you.
Naoki, roll a history check real quick.
History, let's do this.
Important.
Oh my
This
god.
is still it clicks with you. You weren't even supposed to say Jin's in the Dark Tournament. You weren't even supposed to mention that Jin's gonna be in the Dark Tournament. Jin
Yeah.
told you to keep that a secret.
Yeah, no, he's on Team Toguro. Don't worry about it.
All right. Hey, isn't it that big guy that kicked Kunai in the stomach?
Oh yeah, but they could probably kill us all, but they're total pushovers. I'm pretty sure compared to most tournament competitors. But
I don't know why Jin's teaming up with him. I mean, I guess if they're in the tournament though, they're probably gonna win.
I assume Jin will carry them.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
And I'm gonna place 5,000 down on Team Toguro.
Okay.
This is the most unfortunate yet wonderful series of events that have just unfolded.
God damn you, Patty!
Kunai, do you want to gamble or?
Is she back yet?
Oh, did Noodle step away?
Yeah, we each had stepped out for the restroom.
Oh, Noodle, you're back. She's probably not back yet.
Noble.
So we'll just keep going for a minute. You guys see some other people coming through. You see, actually, you know what? Roll investigation checks or perception checks of your choice.
Either way, it's bad for me.
Perception or investigation?
Your choice.
Perception. 10.
Heavy traffic, but you're overhearing people talk about like the Dark Tournament coming up, like, oh, this is going to be exciting. Some of the teams, I'm pretty sure that like Ichigake has it in the bag this year. Then you see a very like older looking demon there. It's like, please, if there's any team to bet for, it'll be Team Toguro. There's no way that the Toguro brothers will lose. Not with the people they have with them. They're monsters, but they'll make you rich if you bet on Toguro.
I'm liking the sound of that. I already bet on them.
Yes. I do fear them, though. They're vile, even for demons.
And that skull was pretty creepy.
We don't know where they came from in Demon World is the thing. They just sort of appeared one day.
Well,
Be that may. The Toguro are mine.
Oh, Naoki, that's kind of a shame that we're not fighting in there ourselves.
Oh, we would die almost instantaneously. First round, no doubt. I would actually bet money on that.
How would you collect?
I wouldn't. That would be the joke.
I get jokes. I don't get this one.
All you need to know is we don't have to worry about the Dark Tournament as long as we're on the other side of the betting booth.
We should go to that. We can be a hell of a day. Just seeing those guys get wrecked.
Oh, we could totally do that, but as a previous viewer of the Dark Tournament, it is good to buy seats that are close to the exits, just in case.
Oh, close to the bathrooms, huh?
Close so you don't get a attack hurled at you that would kill you instantly.
Whoa, hold on. You're telling me that the audience gets killed too?
Yeah, it's audience participation. You never heard of the Dark Tournament, and Oh man, you would love it, Daisuke.
I mean, it sounds pretty damn metal.
There was one year that I went. I was actually hitting off with this one dude. We were talking about like all like the different teams and stuff. I looked over, during one of the matches, guy's head was blown clean off. I didn't even see the attack the people fighting used to kill him. It was amazing.
Oh, damn. Heads up.
Daisuke, you might be able to collect some arms if we go.
You know what? Arms. I mean,
Oh,
plus, I'm not sure if we could actually convince my mom to actually make anything out of them.
how you like arms? You're like the arm guy. Oh, my name's Big Old Daisuke. I like collecting arms. That's you.
You guys just kind of like pinned this whole thing on me. I mean, you ripped one guy's arm off.
Listen, okay, it's a character quirk. No need to be ashamed of it. You're the arm guy, and you'll forever be known as the arm guy. It's just what it is.
I mean, like, that's the kind of reputation that people just walk up to you like, oh, arm guy, so you can rip my arm off, and they try to beat my face in.
Well, you know.
You guys are killing me.
I mean, honestly, I'm too pretty to go out like that.
You are pretty, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Unless it's me, because then I'm probably right.
Well, you haven't steered me wrong yet. You gave me a pretty good bet.
I did. I totally in no way made you bet for a team that I didn't think was going to win.
Wait, what?
I let you bet on a team that I thought was going to win, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So, pretty interesting that your mom just let Pyro and the group stay there, huh?
Yeah, I'm kind of concerned about that. Pyro, he's like a weird one, right?
Not that weird.
Oh, wait. Oh, holy shit, where do you come from?
Yes, he says a sandwich. Oh. I've been here the whole time. You guys were talking about the Dark Tournament.
Try anything weird with my mom, did you?
Nice lady. Very nice. Class act.
Okay. Wait, she didn't try anything weird with you, did she?
That I am not allowed to talk about.
Your mom does that too?
Unfortunately.
Did she also go day drinking?
Yeah, but she's probably a little bit more classier about it than your mom.
I'm gonna roll to see if your mom actually comes into this tavern and she just works right up the road. Batty, I want you to call this below 10 or above 10.
Above 10.
Alright, so it's below 10, so she's showing up.
God damn it.
She just comes strolling in.
Classier. Let's just go ahead. Don't worry about it.
Where you guys are drinking, she doesn't even like address you or do anything to you, Naoki, but she's sitting in an obvious line of sight of you and just drinking and smiling. It's in a way where she's purposefully putting herself in positions, even if you look away, to where she's always in your line of sight, yet she's never doing anything that would require you to address her. But she knows you can see her and she loves it.
We should probably take her up on that offer one time, get like that combat gear sounds pretty cool.
I think, she should mind her own fucking business.
Oh, well, whoever she is, she sounds like a bitch. And just goes back to drinking.
Now I know how it feels like.
Wouldn't it be an interesting sort of event if your mom ever met my mom?
No, that would never happen. I don't want to imagine what would happen if that happened.
Probably
That's like-
apocalypse.
Yeah, DEFCON 1, we're all doomed sort of thing. An unstoppable force meeting an immovable object.
They would probably run the agency.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, if Koenma's gonna die, somebody's gotta step in. Sure ain't gonna be fucking Yamada.
I made it have Mitsuki as an enforcer.
What, you don't think Yamada could be a giant toddler?
I don't want to think about Yamada dressed as a big baby.
Welcome back, Noodle.
Hello, I have been here.
We've
Oh,
just
we was
been
waiting for you.
we've just been improving as Daisuke and Naoki for like 15 minutes.
I've just been listening to your guys' bullshit.
Oh, you beanpole. We could have moved on.
I'm sorry. I thought you guys were having a fucking cheap.
No, we like having the.
I've fucking been here for like 5 minutes.
Noodle has all the disadvantage now.
Shut up.
Alrighty. You guys got your gear. You head out. You make your way into the world. As you're pointed in a direction from some of the people here and like where you can head, you immediately find yourself with me changing the music. Because this funky music only stays. Let's go with...
Who's that handsome bastard with the D&D book just standing out in the middle of Demon Realm changing music? The local language around here is beautiful.
What it's like to hear the language of angels.
Alright, so this will be a little theater of the mind for just a minute. As you guys immediately begin to trek out, as you step out of like the safety of this city, you can sort of... It's not so much a barrier, let me see. I think actually only Pyro would know this, and I have to make a history check for him. Okay, he's got it. So, as you guys like leave, it feels like you step out of something, and Pyro just kind of goes, huh. I never get used to that. Well, let's keep going. He directs you, and sort of you guys know the way you're going to be going for like maybe about 20 minutes until you reach the spot. That'll actually start taking you through towards the Dark City. You travel for a little whiles until you reach a very large, like, mountainous region. Everyone make Arcana checks.
Boy.
Oh boy.
Ugh.
Kunai and Naoki, you feel it. Daisuke, you're a little off-put right now. It's insane. Like, the feeling you got when you first stepped into Demon World, it's a lot more potent once you leave sort of like the area away from where the spirit world is sort of like established a, respite. It's disgusting walking out in like the actual like full-fledged Makai. Like different different varieties of powers fluctuating from as small as Maho to as large as like 50 Karamas taped to each other.
Oh.
And it is both unsettling, yet also slightly invigorating. Naoki, you haven't been here in a long time, and while it is terrifying to picture all this energy fluctuating this way, it is kind of like it's an odd familiarity that brings like a weird sense to you.
Nostalgic, almost.
Yeah, it's like what's nostalgia but not
Terrifying yet strangely arousing.
trauma.
That kind of is like just the opposite of nostalgia.
It's like halfway between trauma and nostalgia. What the fuck with this chair right now?
Naoki gets the PTSD, so you don't have to.
Yeah, he's the trauma critic. But you guys eventually make your way traveling through. walking through some more of the areas. You don't see too many things sort of approaching you, but you do feel different levels of Yoki stalking you as you are walking through. You can't tell if they're camouflaging themselves or if they're hiding somewhere, but you feel different like creatures. You can just like feel their like bloodlust like locked onto you guys like their next prey.
Daisuke, you still got...
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It probably won't help with Renka around. They're probably locking onto her as the unusual beacon.
Maybe you guys held hands.
He just walks up. And she just glares at you. Like, stop messing with the boss.
Wait, he said you would be the odd one out. Pyro, wait, you're a human.
Huh?
Naoki's gonna put 2 and 2 together and realize, oh wait, there's something weird about Pyro. Wait, wait.
You've never sensed it, but you can go ahead and make an Arcana check on Pyro if you want.
Oh my god, yes, please. 15.
Oh, Pyro's been spewing Yoki this entire time.
What the fuck?
You noticed that?
No, I just assumed, well, like, I always noticed a little, but I always just imagined it was Kunai or someone else. You telling me you're like pod demon or something?
I think it's fairly close to how it works with Kunai, where we both have a demon ancestor in our past, and it's... And Kunai, this would be the first you've heard of it. Nobody's really explained to you what your powers are like in vivid detail before. It's strange. Like, we most likely have a very powerful demon as an ancestor of ours. And knowing the lifespan of demons, there's a good chance they're still alive too, but their blood mixed in with a human over centuries has the potential to resurface in certain children as they grow.
Wait, you're telling me I have some sort of demon daddy?
Or mother.
Huh.
I don't know, you're a Giganchi. I don't really know where I know they're stronger than average demons, so if they were anywhere in Demon World, they're probably in the lower pits. I'd assume your ancestors were at least somewhere near B to A class.
Huh.
Giganchi are very rare. They keep to themselves, and they're incredibly difficult to fight.
You don't say.
Yes. I in particular hail from a certain sect of fire demons, or where some of my blood comes from with that. It gives me a bit of a natural affinity with them, and specifically and Naoki, you don't even have to roll a history check when Pyro explains this to you, because you immediately get a cold shiver down your spine when he says, "Oh, the black flames of spirits of the underworld." You immediately understand what he's talking about when he says it.
How does that lead into that?
Most demons know what that is.
Naoki's just like doing like the processing information thing and trying to figure out how human plus very scary shadow flame equal Pyro.
So, Daisuke, you see a bunch of geometrical shapes and numbers appearing around Naoki's head.
Look, it's quite simple. When a mommy and a daddy love each other very much, they get busy with the demon.
Shut up, Daisuke. You don't even know how sex works.
Look, I'm pretty sure, shut up.
Alright, well, you guys give Daisuke the talk. You...
Shuhine could have explained it to me.
Naoki, you and Kurinu kind of go on this whole tirade of giving Daisuke the talk. You do the thing where like somebody makes a circle with their fingers and the other one just like makes the index finger. It just like makes the gesture, a very lewd one at that. And it's just not clicking for you, Daisuke. Like you don't get how like square peg fits in round hole. But beyond giving Daisuke the talk, you guys eventually reach a mountain pass with what looks to be a very crude like entrance to a cave system. So, I believe we have to travel through here. It's the fastest way to make it through to the Dark City. I don't know how long it will take us to get through these, and I don't know how dangerous it'll be in there, but it's better than trying to scale over the mountains, because we don't know what could be in there. And I don't think you want to be out and exposed in Demon World. At least this gives us some cover. How's everybody else feel on this, Sor?
Sounds good.
I mean, we gotta go in there.
I resigned my fate a long time ago. If I live, I'll have some money waiting for me. And if
You've been on the wrong team.
Listen, if my bet doesn't come through, I'm gonna have a... Wait, shit, I can't do anything to him because he's stronger than me. Fuck. Naoki's just gonna get upset as he's slowly coming to the terms that he can't kick Jun's ass if he doesn't win.
Kurino just like pats you on the shoulder, like, don't worry, you'll figure something out. And Renka immediately like latches over to you, Kunai, and just like does the sisterly arm lock thing as she just starts walking with you into the caverns. Please, this is hardly as frightening. Like, Kunai would have had them shaking in their boots compared to this system. Oh, do you remember that one album she did where blah 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 blah?
Oh god.
And
Boy. Oh, it's a new map.
Oh yeah.
you guys immediately travel in, and after walking through a bit more of a straight path for a while, you sort of use the walls to determine where you can and can't go, because I assume it's very dark. You all, let me just... Noodle, can you see yourself on the map?
Nope, I don't see anything. I see pure pitch blackness. God.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, damn it, did the settings turn off?
Because I can see, like, this far, actually.
I see nothing. Let me refresh real fast.
Yeah, you should be able to see. I turned your things on.
I just realized it's muted. I can't see. I'm re-jumping back in. You might need to turn our sight back on. Cable?
Yeah, I'm... 1 second.
Play. Roll 20 is taking a century to load.
Alright, did that fix anything reloading in, buddy?
It did not. Do you know how to click a token and give player sight?
Oh wow, it is taking a long time to load. Jesus. Okay. Whoops, I think I accidentally added Discord.
Well, then that could be the reason. On our tokens.
I know it's taking a fucking eternity here. Jesus.
Another reason is I don't actually have control over my token, so the token that you put on the thing, I don't think I'd be able to see anyway.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I know how to fix this then. Controlled by...
Ooh,
Did that fix it?
I can see stuff now, yes.
Okay, So it's because you guys didn't have control over the tokens. That was the problem.
Okay, sweet.
Guys, like, Roll20 is taking me fucking forever to get in.
Yeah.
No. I guess we're gonna have to do another 15-minute improv with Dice Game.
Small intermission, everyone. We'll be fixing this shortly and be going again. Listen, this isn't even our usual start time right now. We got plenty of time.
At this point, like, Naoki's like in the part of giving the birds and the bees talk, where he's just making rude gestures to sexual acts that do not physically make sense.
This one's called the Wet Toguro.
Oh.
But, Batty, so you can see your token and everybody around you, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay, then I have the lighting working perfectly.
Yeah.
The new universal dynamic lighting setting works great.
Oh, wait, I need to change my token back, because I'm for Batty. Thank you for that image, by the way, Dan.
Noodly, any luck getting back into Roll20?
No.
No.
Ugh.
Is it your Wi-Fi, maybe?
No, my Wi-Fi is fine.
Try closing out the entire browser tab and reopening Roll20.
Okay.
Sometimes that can fix it. But while we're waiting, how's everybody enjoying this so far?
Having a good time.
Heck yeah.
'Cause I'm having a good time, having a good time.
Were you expecting Saint Beast?
No.
Was not expecting it this session.
Yeah.
I know you weren't. That's why I did it.
It's like, what the fuck? Why is he giving us weapons? Oh, no.
I was expecting something else, like just some other like big random scary thing.
But it's gonna be like, I'm Genbu, I'm a smelly rock.
You're not fighting the smelly rock. You have to get to the smelly rock.
We just had to follow the stink.
Follow your nose.
Oh, God.
I never
Again.
got... Why was that Toucan Sam's line? He doesn't have a nose.
He has a beak.
Yeah, but he can smell things with his beak, but he can't smell it with his nose because he doesn't have one.
Can birds smell?
Yes.
They can, but they don't have noses.
Google, can birds smell?
They have nostril holes, but they do not have noses because they have beaks. At least what I would consider a nose they don't have.
So it says that birds lack very much the power to smell.
They can't smell how bad they smell.
Maybe it's more like they're implying severe intuition on Toucan Sand's part.
He's like practicing like a deep level of empathy because he knows most of his viewers are human, so he's trying to relate to them.
Oh, so he's like, hey, fellow kids.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, fellow nose havers.
Hello, fellow human spawn.
I like how in this session we each got someone that we can latch onto for this. Like Dice Game Pyro just kind of hanging out. Naoki got a drinking buddy, and Kunai got a little sister.
Oh God.
She's definitely younger than Kunai, but she's still like, she's young enough to where she would be considered the little sister to Kunai, but still old enough to where she shouldn't be fangirling as hard as she is. Like, she's like maybe 23.
She's like a 23-year-old like listening to like One Direction.
She loves her baby metal idol.
God.
Still no luck there, Noodly?
No, it's taking goddamn forever.
You might just have to like reopen the tab.
I've done that. I'm clearing browsing data now. Hopefully that helps.
Don't worry, Noodle.
Woodley.
I'm big sad.
Don't be the big sad. Be the big glad.
And then be big mad when we have to fight the same beast because they're scary.
Get all the grrr.
Grrr.
For anybody watching right now, this Final Phantasma makes up one half of the Tagashi verse. If you'd like to hear all of us doing other wacky hijinks and nannergans, check out Bugs and Bones.
We should make just separate games based off of Tagashi's really obscure one shots.
Hey, Noodle's in.
Finally, goddamn.
I'm gonna link the YouTube really quickly, just in the chat.
Oh god, that was painful.
Does this also mean we'd have to consider a Sailor Moon campaign?
I
Yes.
mean, obviously.
Why is it asking me to know the rules? I've been here since the beginning.
We would make fantastic Sailor Scouts.
We really would. Fighting evil by moonlight, killing the sun by daylight, using knives to fight.
Oh my god.
Using knives to street fight.
We are the one called Sailor Chew. We're all Chew.
That I would pay to see that.
Okay. So, do me a favor with moving your tokens through this map, by the way. Don't just jump from one end of the thing to another. Kind of go at a bit of a slower pace. Just that there's, just so you don't accidentally walk through a lot of, the black spaces, which you can't do.
Daniel!
What?
You generous bastard.
It's Cable's fault for not having been subscribed.
Hey, I thought I was using my Twitch Prime for Noodle.
I can use it for someone else.
I guess you already subscribed me to. We'll circle back to this later. Let's keep going. So, 15 minutes gets you over towards this mountainous area from where you were in the settlement. Making your way into this cavernous part, you are immediately hit with a black, almost inky darkness as you get through. It's cold. It feels different from the tone you would get in the other parts of the Makai, where the air felt thick and heavy with yokai permeating through it. This feels light, as if whatever is in here, or whatever was in here, tries to keep itself calm and hidden to more ambush creatures as they come through. As you use your hands to line the side of the walls and make your way through and try to navigate as best as you can in the darkness, you do come to the realization that this is not a straight path. There are multiple winding different ways to go in here, and it hits you that this might not be the easiest thing to navigate, especially with people who have never done this before. What is the marching order you guys would go in?
I suppose I could take tank position in the front.
I would like to be in the back since I have the most movement speed.
Okay.
I'll be right behind Daisuke in case if he gets stabbed in the throat, and then I'll also stab him in the throat.
Okay.
Well, at least I know I won't suffer long.
That's the idea, buddy.
Also to try out spirit detection to see if I can feel anything.
Hey, Batty, when you move groups of tokens, how do you do that?
So you click and drag a square,
Mm-hmm.
and then it should encompass the entire party. Kind of like what you would do with files on a computer. Yeah.
Okay.
There.
So you guys will be sort of set up into like these two small lines of three, where it'll be like Daisuke, Renka, and Kunai, then Naoki, Kurinu, and Pyro. But you're all still like in a group. It's just like kind of covering each other's bases.
Alright. Yeah, I want to try out spirit detection, so I'm gonna make a DC 15 charisma check.
Okay.
This works. Nope.
Oh shit. Okay. Alrighty. It's good that I can see the stream, so I can kind of tell. So, I need Daisuke. You are going to make our stealth check with disadvantage.
Oh boy.
Everybody else make stealth checks.
7.
Stealth. Hey.
Let's see. Here we go. 15.
So that's Renka's. Pyro's. And Kurinu. Okay, so her nat 20 helps to mitigate that nat 1 you got for spirit detection, Daisuke.
Thank God.
As you are going, she manages to like pull you by your, like, she directs to Naoki to like put his hand in front of you to stop, and it's like, why, don't move, you can't feel it? As you see sort of hobbling out of the darkness, just like just sniffing around and looking. Are you able to see the other token coming into the map?
Yes.
It looks, it is exactly the type of creature you would remember, like the one whose arm you took when you first met Sheena. But beyond being sort of like tamed or brought down to some sort of like controllable degree from being in human world, this thing is bigger and looks a lot more feral and dangerous than that one. Like, this one is not controlled by anything. And it's just like stalking around as it begins to like move up, and eventually just goes up that path to the north. Be a bit more careful if I were you.
Noted.
Those things... If we're dealing with Saint Beast, it's probably best not to waste all our resources trying to get through fodder. And as horrifying as it is to imagine, they're definitely not the type of fodder we can handle easily.
Jeez, how bad are these Saint Beasts then?
They're not something lower tier demons are even aware of to some degree. They're almost like... what is the human equivalent of it? They're like... They're basically like gods among men to demons.
Oh, I don't worship any fucking Saint Beast.
Well, you'll meet more people in the Dark City who do. It's located fairly close to Maze Castle, where they reside. They've been sealed inside that castle for a long time, but if they're working to find a way to break out, then...
Speaking of which, any of you guys good with mazes?
Look at me.
More kunai, but listen, you never know.
I mean, depending on the nature of it, we could just cut through.
I just, every time there's the little maze puzzles like on a piece of paper, I cannot find my way out of them. For the life of me, it's terrible.
That is really sad.
Renka gives you a look and she's just like, I know.
I mean, it's easy. All you do, you get the crayon, you hit a dead end, you crumple it up, that's just for another one.
This conversation will continue as you guys try to figure out your way through these caverns. There'll be group survival checks. Or actually, the person leading would be the one making survival checks. So if it's Daisuke and Naoki in the front, You both can make a survival check, or one of you can assist the other with it.
I'll be assisting Naoki with that.
Okay, good, because I have a 5 in survival. 17.
17. All right, Naoki, you managed to pull the party up around right here. Let me just...
Fucking heads down. Oopsies.
Sorry, I'm going to take control of your tokens just for a little bit on this part.
Oh, yeah, no, you're fine.
As you guys make your way through and you move a little bit more, you still pick up like smaller amounts of like spirit energy and then more larger ones popping through. It's strange the level of energy you feel. These are definitely demons, but compared to the big one that walked past, these ones feel more like they feel more manageable. Like you guys wouldn't like lose too much sleep trying to deal with them. But you do sense more. How do you want to proceed, knowing that there'd be a couple more ahead of you?
Stealthily.
Alright. Then that'd be a group stealth check.
Okay. How many?
Well, I'm bound to get a decent roll, right? Yeah!
Holy shit.
Hey. Alright.
Matched up with Naoki.
Hell yeah.
Like, it's cool how you're like the paladin-esque class, but it's also good that you don't have the drawbacks of being a paladin.
So Pyro's stumbling. Like his new sword is like dragging across the stone. He's still trying to like adjust the strap to make it work right and like still make it look badass. No, I can make this look better. No, this doesn't look good either. Kunai, how do I make this look cool?
Maybe don't try so hard.
No, that's obviously not it. How do I do this? You guys keep trudging on forward.
Is this anything?
Roll a nature check. You do find odd-looking crystals and like what look to be like either mineral deposits, gemstones, and things lining the walls of these caves. They look strange. You've never seen anything like them in the human world before, Dice Guy.
Is it something I can grab?
You can grab it.
Oh, cool.
As you touch it, oh, you meant like actually like take with you?
Yeah.
Oh, survival check to try to mine it. Sorry, I thought you meant like could you put your hand on it?
No, I'm actually just looking to pick up odds and ends. Survival?
Yep.
19.
Oh yeah, you managed to get a good chunk of it off, and I can actually do this now because I made this map custom. I can do this
Oh,
to show that you've mined something.
cool.
So you pick up a good chunk of it. It's like, you know that like the really big like soda cans where it's like 2 soda cans on top of each other.
Yeah.
Yes, you get a chunk of crystal about that size, and it actually when you have it in your hand, like it begins to like glow like a very sort of like whitish blue color from like its core, and it just shines. It's very pretty to look at.
Nice.
You don't know what it could be used for, but it looks nice. You can just label it as like demon cave crystal.
Nice.
As you guys trudge along a little bit more. And for a scale of time, like moving stealthily reduces how fast you guys can go. And these caverns are long and a lot bigger than they look. So to really make sure you're not like going down the wrong direction or heading into dead ends, you really do take your time going through. So good portions of time will be passing a little bit faster than they seem. Okay.
That's all right.
Okily dokily.
Yep.
Nate is better.
So it's been about 2 hours since you've gotten here. Like, just trying to make and avoid the demons that are walking around. Now, making your way through, you do manage to come across what looks to be like 3 different pathways you can go down. Either assisted survival or different survival checks to determine which way to go.
I would like to assist.
Okay. Who's gonna make that check?
Oh,
Naoki
hell
with the
yes.
Naoki, with Kunai's help, and just like both of you like really working to like listen and see what's going on, you hear up to the northern part right here. And you also managed to pick up and see a couple like bones scattered across. You can tell that's probably a den for some type of creatures up there, so it's probably not the best place to be going. And you can determine the same thing from down here as well. It seems like there might be more to that path than just a den, but they're probably the more hostile areas than just going this way.
Okay.
So you managed to determine a path that seems like it'll be the safest.
Okay. We'll go down to the east.
Okay. As you guys are walking, you do see, beyond the different like assortments of bones and hearing more things, picking up more yoki around. Kunai, you feel a hand touch your shoulder.
Huh.
As you look and you see it's Renka just like tapping you.
Well, what is it?
Place is fucking cool.
I know, right?
Like, I mean, tell me, the demons walking around, bones everywhere, like just darkness and darkness. Kunai would have wrote one badass song about this, right?
Yeah, I bet she would have.
This is great. I can't wait till we get back to the human world. I gotta show you so much stuff.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Great. And she's just like, she's vibrating in place. And you see Kurinu just like pinching the bridge of her nose as she walks.
Naoki is doing the exact same thing.
Or is just in his own world, like he's trying to find a cool way to wear the sword. Another couple hours pass as you guys trudge through. The cavern is cold. It's just very exhausting to like try to navigate this. But eventually you do make it through the more narrowish pathway you've found through Naoki, and you end up in another part of the cave. I might have to give you guys control of your tokens again here.
Oh boy.
Let me... Yes, I have to do that. Can everybody see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Noodly?
Yeah, I can see. It's all good.
Alright. So, wow, I almost had the marching orders perfect. Just randomly guessing where you guys would be.
Huh.
Sorry, I just wanna this is obsessive me doing this. There we go. As you guys make it through here again, more winding paths, more different routes to go in, and just more cavernous areas, and you feel an especially strong like yoki coming from this area. Everybody make an Arcana check if you'd like to perceive where it's coming from.
Arcana.
That's
Damn.
funny.
Ooh.
Nat 20 baddie, okay. Give me 1 second. Trying to find something. I think I'll have to use this because I don't have it. So, It's coming from very far up ahead, and you hear like stomping and bashing and just something that sounds extremely like upset. And it seems like it's, you can't tell what it's screaming like. Well, with that nat 20, I guess I would say you can tell this isn't a Yoki that feels like hostile and bloodthirsty. It feels more like it's afraid and on the defensive. Like, it feels ready to attack, but from a self-preservation point, not in like a, I'm going to find my next meal point.
I think there's something either being attacked up ahead or it's about to be attacked.
I think we should step in.
Could be a trap, but doesn't sound like.
I mean, like, are we gonna like end up passing by it anyway?
If we're going forward, yeah. I don't know if any of you guys could climb on walls. Kind of weird.
That would be pretty useful, honestly.
If only you had some type of man spider with you.
If only I could climb on. Oh wait, I can't climb on walls. I forgot about that.
Why do you need to climb if you can fly?
I don't know. Good point. I don't know why they taught us how to climb on walls. We could just. It's fine.
Are you gonna fly over and investigate, Naoki?
I'm not gonna fly over, but I'll scout ahead.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Dale. 14.
Alright, you approach it a little bit more.
Okay. Can I see it from this distance?
Can you see it on the map right now?
No, but I don't think the light source is centered around me.
It should be. There's also a light source centered around everybody else too. So if you move farther away, you should be able to see.
I don't. I can't.
Ah, okay. So the light source is not centered on you, which is stink.
Which is very much stink.
Oh, I know exactly how to fix that.
Sweet.
Sorry, I'm still learning how to get these lighting mechanics to work right.
Oh no, it's fine. The lighting mechanics in Roll20 are confusing.
All better?
Yep.
Can you see ahead?
I see a giant red X of some sort.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Something got dead.
I see a dead thing, and what? Can you describe it?
Yeah, you're about to. As you get close, you see the sides of this place are splattered with blood, as some of those as you see the corpse of one of those feral demons that have attacked you before, just torn apart, and you see what looks to be. It looks like some type of man bull. It's just leaned over, like part of its arm is like there's a massive gash and you can see bone in it, and it's just huffing, and it saw you, it sensed you coming closer. So it looks like it's like back on the defensive. It picked up the large weapon it's got with it.
Does it look like it's about to run at me?
No, but it's looking in the direction of where you are. It knows where you are, and it starts to like speak. I can sense you there.
Yeah, I'm not with these guys. Well, I'm with some other guys. We were just passing through. You could just, like, move along and we won't bother you.
No one just passes through here. I have made these caverns my home, and yet they are infested with more and more creatures. You're here to kill me again, or you're here to kill me and attack the way they've been doing.
Do I look like one of those ugly fucking demons that's been roaming around the place? No.
All lower life forms look the same to me.
Well, you better get your specs checked, because obviously we're just... Okay, look. I'll be upfront with you. We're on our way to,
He's much bigger than you.
Oh, you are a lot bigger than I first expected. Oh, he's just gonna, like, look him head to toe. Well, we're just on our way to May's castle, me and my friend. We were actually tasked with some business there, to meet with certain individuals that you may or may not have positive relations with. But we were just passing through this cave on the way there. Please don't step on my face.
He's gonna roll insight on you. He grabs you by the arm and lifts you up and then just sniffs you. I smell deception in you, but not in this.
Oh yeah, no, I'm a lying bastard, but I'm actually have to do this job or else I don't get paid.
Why do you seek the beasts of Maze Castle?
Why do you want to know?
Maze Castle was sealed away long ago by those denizens of Spirit World to keep the gods trapped inside. Creatures have no business disturbing that or risking setting them free. As much as I detest humanity and lower life forms, with them free, I become the lower life form.
Oh no, see, we're here to kill them, I think, or at least to reason with them to not kill humanity.
You kill one of the gods of Maze Castle? He starts chuckling as you see him put like the weapon down.
Yeah, it's so stupid, right?
Truly a creature of your low intelligence can do me no harm.
I know, right? Okay, guys, let's get the fuck out of here. He doesn't care about us. Naoki's like motioning over to the rest of the party to move along.
I think Naoki met a friend.
With just stupid little demons that don't know what they're getting themselves into. Please let us pass.
You all smell of demon, but someone among your group, have you brought a human into my caverns?
Oh, that human is a potential sacrifice that we're going to use to get into the city.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah! And Naoki's going to look back at her and wink.
Wait, her or me?
You brought 2 humans into the cavern?
Technically 3.
Sacrifices.
Technically 4.
You know, at least we didn't bring any of those scummy demons that have been invading your cavern.
You say something?
Say, your arm looks a little rough there, buddy. You want me to fix it up for you? Maybe we can pass by a little faster.
He's breathing heavily. He shows you the wound. There's a massive chunk of flesh just missing, and you can see like the bone exposed. This thing is huge. Like his arm is the size of your body.
So that's a yes.
He gives you a nod.
To pull out one of my healing potions, and I'm gonna pour it on his wound.
Okay, roll to heal.
Medicine. 13.
Okay. The wound starts to the potion begins to help. It like augments his like a natural regeneration as a demon, and it doesn't like restore like a lot of like the protective like outer layer of skin, but you see some of the muscles start to reform slowly, like at least covering the bone, and he's got a bit more motion and control to it.
See, there, we're all friendly. No need to squash us.
Will enable me to defend my home a little longer. I will not be indebted to a lower life form. What must I do to put us on even terms, so that I may not owe you a thing?
How about you don't kill us on the way back, and if you have any badass weapons that you could give us before we go in to fight the Saint Beast, that would be, helpful. But if you don't want to spare them, that's also okay. Not squishing our faces should be enough.
I know not of any weaponry beyond my club and my strength. Pitiful tools only show how weak you are if you can't defend yourself without them. However, I can give you my word to not to allow you passage through these caverns unscathed.
Cool.
And in that sense, in doing so would also... Basically, he's offering to help you navigate these caverns if you'd like to take him up on the offer.
Heck yeah!
Sure, why not? We're marching to our graves anyways. Might as well get there a little faster.
He pushes you aside onto the wall and walks over to the rest of you. And you actually get the scale of how big this guy is when he finally approaches you.
Woof.
Hey, this is our new friend, what's your name?
I have lived alone and with no one else for my entire existence. A name is useless to me. Or rather...
Exactly, he's above names.
It's like, you just ever have that person who looks like he doesn't want to be doing something, but he's trying to, stay professional about something?
Yeah.
He's breathing down heavily just out of his, nostrils. Well, let's... come on. And he just, gestures for you to walk and follow him.
Okay, guys, you heard the man. Let's follow.
Okay.
And it's a slow and methodical walk with him. And I have to roll a couple checks with him. But for this point, he can navigate you through some things, so there'll be less checks to make with survival to get through here.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, give me 1 second. Where you are located now is one of the more stable parts of the cavern, taking you through towards the entrance of the Dark City will be a bit more of a day's travel through here. I suggest we move at night, when it's a little less likely that the creatures stay in these caves during the day and head out during the night to feed and hunt. If we travel, then you're less likely to be assaulted by anything. Follow me.
Okay.
But we will be traveling. He's telling you, you'll be going down this route.
Yeah.
But he's saying if you try to go right now, there's a good chance you'll run into more enemies. You're not he's telling you where to go if you just decide you don't want to wait and go ahead.
Okay.
But he's also he directs you down this path too, saying he'll wait over here if you want him as a guide to take you at night.
Okay. You guys fine with just resting for tonight? I think the Saint Beast can wait.
Yeah, works for me.
I mean, there's that wolf thing over there. Didn't you skate you one of those?
I mean, yeah. You ripped one's arm off, remember that?
No, Pyro did that. It wasn't me.
Oh.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure I could handle more of these. I mean, what's the point of waiting for the night if
We know where to go. Why don't we just go?
You need to save your strength for when you're my meat shield. When we fight the Saint Beast.
That doesn't fill me with confidence, Naoki.
But you're the magnificent Pyro. Of course, you can take many hits from these puny little gods among demons, and he's gonna do like the quotation mark fingers.
Give me a deception check.
Okay, let's do this. 15.
Alright, let's give Pyro counter insight. What is Pyro's insight? 0.
Yes.
He just looks at you and like with Renka and the rest, it's like somebody who gets it. Like somebody who gets me. As he just like walks over to you, Naoki. You know what? You're right. Let's go rest. And then he grabs you and like takes you over here.
Whoa.
It's okay. Assume you guys follow. He kind of like the large bull demon just sort of like stares down. I will never understand why humans travel with demons, but I guess lower life forms need to travel in packs to survive. Regardless. We will make our way out. We'll make our way out in the evening. I suggest you rest, prepare, do what you need to do, but it should be less likely that they'll be as active at night.
I mean, like, as far as like traveling together, I mean, we started off as just like co-workers, but you know, we're kind of friends, you know.
The F word's a strong word there, Daisuke. I'm not for sure if you're ready to use it.
You've used it plenty of times.
I jokingly, it's ironically, don't worry about it.
What about that time you carried me back from Genkai's training?
We don't talk about that time. I felt sorry for you.
He walks up to you, Daisuke, and he actually like stares down at you. Like the top of your head meets his abs.
Oh, you are a tall drink of water.
What is that word you used?
Friends?
Friends.
Yeah, you know, it's like when you just kind of like want to do something for somebody, you know, you kind of like hanging around with them, you know, they make you laugh, you know, you want to beat people's faces in for them.
I enjoy beating people's faces in. It confuses. As a demon, it's our job to protect ourselves and become stronger, feeding on the weaker. These weak things that I devour, they make me... I find enjoyment in that. Are they a friend? I enjoy beating their faces in too.
We're talking about like those kind of like wolf things walking around?
Any lesser life form.
I mean, like, those things are kind of dicks.
Indeed.
I think the idea behind a friend is it's a mutual enjoyment.
I do not understand what this is. You smaller demon folk. You band together so often, it's hard to tell you apart to some degree. And now you tell me that you find some sort of strength or comfort in this?
Well, for me, it's more like I usually enjoy forming, like, there's this guy named Jin. Kinda hate his guts, but, he, for some reason, thinks I'm, like, it's weird to describe, like, I like messing with him, he likes messing with me, like, we'll try to compete with each other, he'll play fairly, I'll cheat, he'll laugh, it's not necessarily the best, like, arrangement between the two of us, but we're still on good terms with one another. I guess in that way, maybe we'd be considered friends.
You see him just sort of like sit. He's like listening to you. It's not so much like an immediate dismissal. It's genuine. He does not understand.
He is super fucking confused, and Naoki's probably not making this any easier.
No, you're not. You see him like step away for a second. He walks over into the darkness. He comes back. He's just got one of those like demons, but it's just like he just rips a leg off and starts eating it as he just like sits back down.
I'm about to explain this. Somebody with actual friends, please step in and explain this to him.
Renka immediately steps forward with kunai in arm. Kunai, do you try to resist at all?
There is no point.
She pushes you in front of the demon, and then she immediately does like the ta-da hands. This is a friend.
Hi.
Thought this was a human.
This is a human and a friend?
A friend is someone you share mutual interests with, in that being around them gives you some sort of positive reaction. But it doesn't necessarily have to be something from violence. It can be from a shared mutual interest, like both of our loves for Kunai Satsujin, a great baby metal idol. You should actually, you know what? You should check her out. Like, listen to this. And she immediately starts like, she pulls out like a little like, almost like journal or notebook, and she's now reading her top 10 things she loves about Kunai to this demon.
Oh, Jesus
And
Christ.
he's just, he's like eating part of another demon's leg, just staring and like bobbing his head up and down. He's paying attention, but he doesn't seem to understand still.
God.
But, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Either way, it's just, you've never met anyone you just talked to without starting a fight. It's never come up. Usually, you're either attacked, you're attacking. You're either food or you're fed. You don't find time to converse. Truthfully, had my arm not been injured, you all probably would have been a meal. Not much of one, but a meal. He just like leans up against the wall.
Yeah,
now
to be honest, Daisuke is pretty scrawny.
Wait, what?
He is scrawny. Look at him.
No.
Bigger than a tree branch.
I mean, like, how big are the trees around here?
This is an interesting feeling. You are quite enjoyable with the words you say, Black One. As she's like gesturing to you, as he's gesturing to you, Kunai.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Well, I will rest my injury and be ready to depart later on. I suggest you wait, but I will not stop you if you need to leave. I have promised you safe passage to and from. Whether it is with me or not is your decision.
So, like, you ripped off that thing's leg. That was pretty cool. Like, I did that to a guy's arm one time. That was pretty awesome.
You also tear off appendages, it seems.
I mean, like, I hold out the bone sword. Like, yeah, like one of those wolf things. Like, its arm. Oh, I mean.
He looks at the bone blade. he immediately, like, the thing he's eating, he just like puts the entire thing like in his mouth and then pulls out like a cleaned off bone, like the way you see people in cartoons eat chicken legs. And then he hands you the bone.
Whoa. That's pretty cool.
You all seem intriguing, would be the best word.
I mean, like, it was something really cool. They're like, hey, can you bring your hurt arm down here for a second?
He's hesitant to do so. He's gonna roll insight on you. What's your intent?
To heal a bit.
He holds down the arm.
Alright. Let's see if this works.
Like Daisuke just kind of like rubs his palms together and like places it over like by the like of the injury, and I will put 3 from my healing pool into it.
You heal it up. It actually manages to restore some of the skin, and you see some of the hair begin to grow back over it. And he just sort of like does a couple test grips with his arm. Once again, I find myself indebted to you.
I mean, it's nothing.
Honor dictates I repay this back.
Hey,
Lest you have more.
I have a
leverage over me.
I have a
give you a bone.
unique idea for you here. What do you think about possibly being employed somewhere less dangerous? And possibly getting more food than you could possibly, care about?
Koda, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm just trying to give him a job.
God damn it.
Is that what I must do?
Well, not
To-
must, but if you want to, I'm just throwing it out there.
I've never wanted to try to do anything but defend my caverns and my home.
I'm just saying, maybe if you felt like a change of scenery.
I will admit, you are unusual. I don't usually speak with lower life forms to this degree. I find you all... You aid, but seems as though you don't ask me for much in return. I cannot comprehend this.
All I'm saying is, there's a little city run by the spirit world. A couple days journey from here. You might be wanting to check it out sometime. Who knows?
Also, wearing a tie might help some too.
Also,
point,
there's
like-
no violence allowed in the area, so you'll probably be safe.
Naoki at this point is just like his arms are like wrapped around Kunai's like please don't tell him anymore.
Pyro sort of like walks up and just... A creature with your abilities and your power would probably benefit the people living there. You'd be a valuable defender to them. And in exchange, you would make companions and allies more than you'd ever know from just defending here.
Also, you wouldn't have to worry about basic necessities like food anymore.
I am intrigued by this. Is this where you will be returning on your way?
Yes.
I shall accompany you there to see for myself what it is you speak of.
Sounds pretty cool, actually. I mean, they're always looking for someone to help out, you know?
I know, especially because a certain pair of demons is no longer protecting the area.
Oh yeah, that's right. They had to go do that job.
Demons. What demons? More beings like these?
No, more like, have you ever heard of a guy named Hiei and another one named Karama?
Yes. Hiei, the bandit demon, the bandit Karama, and Hiei. Hiei, I believe that is the name of that fire demon.
You would be correct. They also work with us.
They are not lower life forms.
Oh, well, in that case, I actually defeated Yoko Kurama in battle before, but I spared his life.
Again, you make with the humorous statements. Interesting.
Remember that time we put a t-shirt on EA when he was unconscious? That was pretty funny.
I find myself intrigued by you all to a new degree that I wish to know more about. You asked me my name before. That I do not have. What do you all go by?
I go by Kunai.
Daisuke.
Naoki's just going to remain silent.
He's looking at you.
Jin. My name's Jin.
Renka. Kurinu. And 1 second.
Are you rolling for poses for him?
Yes, I am. Immediately, this whole section of the cave lights up as you see leaping back and then pulling out the new sword. He drags it across the stones so sparks fly everywhere. It's like, I have not a name, but more a title that will go down in legend. The wonderful, the brilliant, Phoenix of the Black Flame, Pyro, Wata, Nabe.
Before he can finish that sentence, she's going to lob a dagger at him, not trying to hurt him, but just to throw him off his game.
Roll to hit.
Thank you so much.
21!
You definitely hit. I'd say you don't do damage, but the dagger goes and it flies butt end directly into his mouth as he screams. And then immediately it's like, boss! They go running over. And then Renka just shoots you daggers from across the room, looking at you thought you were cool.
It was pretty awesome, though, you gotta admit.
Kurinu helps him out, and she is laughing. You have to admit it was a good shot. No, I admit nothing.
I mean, it just shows that Pyro's able to catch knives with his mouth.
He's gonna need a better dental plan for that one.
It has been unusual. But I find myself enjoying speaking with you. Is this a friends?
I mean, more or less.
How can it be more and less?
I mean,
the beginnings of
I don't
each,
know,
I would
it's
say.
one of those things. If you enjoy being with somebody, you kind of you kind of like get on their nerves every now and then. They kind of glare at you and they tell you to shut up, Daisuke.
Shut up, Daisuke.
But overall, it's pretty good.
As you say that, he kind of like puts a hand over your head. Then he looks towards Kunai and Naoki, very confused. And then he's like, "Shut up, Daisuke."
I mean, you're getting there.
He's just like asking if he's doing it right.
No, Naoki's just gonna nod his head.
All right, I will rest now. We will depart soon, in a few hours. Feel free to help yourself to some beast. As he gestures to like, as you guys would look over this way. These big ones of which you guys work together as a team to deal with back in human world. There's like 3 more dead corpses on top of the one he's eating. He was apparently just mowing through these things.
Oh, well, never had Demon World cuisine before. Hey, Pyro, do you think maybe you could help out with this?
You're gonna throw another knife at me? It's like volleyball all over again with you. Why don't you just use the sword I gave you?
I meant for grilling, dingus.
You really don't know how that thing works, do you?
Not a clue. You kinda did just
Come here.
give it to me. You didn't say anything about it.
Let me give you a quick rundown on what I gave you. The bigger demon would have gone to sleep at this point, so this is just kind of like you guys talking with everyone now, as like time passes by.
Hey.
He talks to you about the sword. When I first joined and actually learned like what my abilities and my powers were, learning that I had a bit of like a demonic heritage to me. Naturally, it's a bit overwhelming at first. I'm sure you can understand.
Mm-hmm.
I had one really good person who helped me out. He was a good guy. That sword is the only thing I had left to remember him by after he died.
Wait, so why are you giving it away then?
Because he passed it on to me with the hopes that I would use it to prove I can be more than just a little shit running around the streets or a little like oddball. It sort of was, think of it as like a rite of passage in a sense. You and I are a lot more similar than you'd care to admit. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know. I thought it would mean as much to you as it did to me.
Yeah, it is pretty sweet, I won't lie. Appreciate the gesture.
You should appreciate what it can do. Follow me. He tells you to stand like right over here with him.
Oakley dokley.
See that corpse right there?
Yeah.
I want you to just really, like, as you draw the blade out and like you're holding on to it, I want you to really focus and like feel the sword itself heat up with you. And then I want you to take an attack from right here. I want you to just swing at it.
Okay.
Roll to hit. Okay, so you watch Kunai as you go and you swing with this sword. You see it coated in like a flame. It reminds you of like when Pyro lit those fireworks off on the beach. It's almost like a black flame with like a greenish blue tint surrounding like the just the edge of the flame or outlining it gently. And as you go and swing, you see almost like a crescent moon of flame just like come off of the blade itself. As from a distance you light that corpse on fire.
Damn!
As you get better with it, you'll be able to do more. You can't manipulate the black flames to as big of a degree as I can, but different heritages, different controls. This at least makes you a bit more versatile in how you can use them.
Fair enough. Appreciate that.
It used to as I said, I hope it means as much to you as it did to me, and I hope you can use it too. I used it once to keep Sanosuke and Hideki from dying.
Alright, who's firing guns off in the background?
It's fireworks. There's assholes blowing fireworks outside my window. I'm sorry.
Okay, I was concerned
That's the sound
for
of
a
the
second.
bones popping, exploding as this thing's on fire.
God,
Yeah.
I thought that there was like a Mexican standoff going off in someone's living room.
I hate them whenever they do this because Memorial Day is coming up. He tells you, I once fought alongside Sanosuke and Hideki, and this sword helped me keep my friends safe for a significant chunk of time. It handed down to me, I used it to do some good, and
What do you mean once? You guys still work at the same agency.
I only work with them on off missions now. Sanosuke and Hideki's back for now, but he'll eventually go leave. I think he's getting set to become. I think he's gonna head his own branch pretty soon.
Damn.
And once he does that, Sanosuke might move up a little bit more. It'll be just me. Which is oddly enough, and he gestures over to the other to Renka and Kurinu. Partially what I'm trying to see if they might want to come and work with us over at the Tokyo branch.
Fair enough.
But yeah, you remind me of a more socially stable me.
Oh, you were aware of it then.
Of course I'm aware of it. I know what I am.
Well, that's
But
good.
I also
Awareness.
don't try to hide what I...
Awareness is key to recovery.
You seem to be quite fond of your fox friend and the blonde one over there.
Fondness is putting it in terms.
I hope this blade keeps them as safe as it kept my friends.
I hope so as well. She's just gonna sort of
Give-
like bro fist his shoulder.
Yeah. He gives you a smile. Also, you can keep my old coat. It looked pretty good on you. It makes you look stylish.
Yeah, this thing's going to the dry cleaners as soon as we get out of Demon World.
Can never teach Philistines about good fashion as he just walks off.
Still a little greasy.
It's very greasy. It's like sliding off of you. Yeah. So, if you, out of context, if you choose to use that sword as a ranged attack, you can only deal the fire damage, not the slashing damage. But you do have a 30-foot range on swinging that sword to launch, flames.
Damn.
It's bad.
Which is
I
why
have
you
a
got
lot of-
Pyro's swords.
I have a lot of ranged attacks now, Jesus.
You fluctuate. But, yeah. That's the signature specialty of Pyro's sword.
Sword.
Hey, for swing.
Hello,
Lady
baby.
back.
Also, heckin' Pyro needs to learn not to drag that sword on the ground. That's disrespect.
Respect.
Disrespect.
He's trying to find a good way to hold his Adachi, and he also needs to come up with a name for it too. He's working on it.
Hey, speaking of names, should we give the big bull guy a name?
Yeah. Probably. He's gonna need one if he's gonna be hired.
I mean, yeah, it'd make it a lot easier to communicate instead of "Hello, giant bull man."
Is that his name, Giant Bullman?
No. What if we call them like Borieros or something like that?
What about Tetsu?
Tetsu?
Tetsu. In English, it means iron.
Iron, the Iron Bull.
Hey.
What do bulls signify? Strength, virtue, power. You could call him Pyro.
Or not.
Enough of that.
Renka's kind of like sitting there like, he's on to something.
Do you want me to chuck another dagger at you?
Renka's gonna look through some stuff.
Never should have
Some
come to Demon
fireworks.
World. Never should have come to Demon World. Never should have come to Demon World. Never should come.
Trying to. While things are passing real quick, if you guys want to take a quick 5-minute break, I just have to get something pulled up.
Sure.
And also, we're approaching the 4-hour mark, I think.
We are actually at 3 hours and 5 minutes.
Yep. So once we hit the 4-hour, we're gonna take a. You know what? Let's just keep going for a minute, and then we'll take a break in 4 hour at the 4-hour mark. I can get.
We'll
I
take a
can.
break
I
in
kind
4
of roll
hours.
this right now. Yep, and then we'll go for the next 4 hours.
Crazy fucking session. Should we
Good
stop
time.
the stream and then restart it so it's easier to upload?
Yeah. That way we don't have to try to upload a full 8-hour thing to YouTube.
Yeah.
And also during this break, if you guys want to come up with a name for the bull, he'll be pretty receptive to like any name. So if you find a universal one that you like,
Carl.
Say bastard.
Carl, that kills people! Boo-doo.
I was looking over my anime collection, saw Appleseed, and I remember Bolieros.
become friends with the Minotaur demon Vidisora.
Boo-doo Tetsu? I don't know.
Alright, so
Wooly
Let's-
Bully.
Woolly Bully.
Bully.
You can just call him Woolly.
Wooly. Wooly Bully. Wooly Bully.
Welcome back, Jack.
Welcome back, Jack. Alright.
Hey,
Let's
I want you to know, Jack, you cannot say the word Dustin anywhere without it meaning something else entirely.
Alright. So, by the time you navigated through this whole cavern, by the time you made it through meeting up with the bull and then traveling and like resting for a bit, you would be able to surmise it's very late in the day. I'd say it's closer to about like 8 o'clock after all the time has passed and you're traveling through. He begins to like sort of like stir up and just like look. Oh, so you chose not to flee. That was smart.
Just kind of eating some wolf.
It's good, Wolf. My kingdom for a bag of tubulos.
You are in luck.
80% crunch, I assume.
Nothing less.
Good men. What? No. Alright. He sort of puts a hand on the ground. feels as though I'm not picking up any abnormalities throughout the caverns, or at least in the direction we need to go. They've probably fled for the evening to hunt down smaller demons. If you were to travel now, this would be the best time for you to go. It will take you a couple more hours to make it through, but by the time you're at the exit, it should be just breaking into the morning. Also, everybody write off a ration too.
Oh, but then we eat
Okay.
wolf.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. No,
you had some wolf.
We
You had some wolf.
We had some demon pupper.
You had a
Actually,
big.
this is gonna be a weird question. Would Karinu have partaken the wolf?
She would not have actually.
Yeah, I was gonna talk to her about that, like, but I would say probably Naoki wouldn't have. He would have like eaten his ration like a normal person, even though he is a demon.
You both would just eat your ration. She would be looking on as they eat the demonic wolf.
Just out of
She's
curious. Just because she was curious. And also because it looks far less human than Kurinu does.
Yeah, she's a little different from them. Like, not in sense, because they're not fully like wolf. They're just, that's the token I have for them.
I was gonna ask you, is this weird? The wolf, the dead wolves thing, eating of the dead wolves, is that weird for you?
They're just like eating. Like, I mean, I wouldn't do it, but survival in demon world, you eat what you need to eat.
I mean, true, but like, if I saw like a dead kitsune like on the side of the road, I wouldn't be like, yum yum, dinner's on.
I mean, I don't know. I'd eat you. And she's just like looking at you.
I mean, that's fair. I'm probably delicious, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, you look stringy.
Might not have as much like meat on me, like per se, like fat.
Oh no, especially after Genkai's training.
Yeah, you're all muscle.
All,
Yes.
all muscle.
Come with me, stringy one.
Oh, that's my name now.
You think Pyro's probably kind of gamey?
Bitch, I'm
Probably.
delicious.
Probably would taste pretty good fired up in all that black flames he's got there. He'd probably be like fried chicken.
Aw. I knew you cared, Kunai.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
smoky
it's
and
also
delicious.
probably
I'm
with all
smoky and
that
delicious.
body oil you emanate as well. That wouldn't hurt.
Alright, I don't know how you marinate, but this is how I do it.
Hickory barbecue Pyro.
Heading on up out.
The unfortunate side effect of his abilities.
Let me see what I have next. So. He leads you a ways down. Hours pass. You see many different paths and caverns throughout this place. You can ask him any questions you'd like if you're curious about any paths around here, but well, actually, everybody make an investigation check. Who's interested in learning more about this place?
See not.
Nope.
Oh,
Wow.
You're really gonna make Naoki roll this, aren't you?
If you want to.
11.
Okay, you see more gemstones and things lining the walls. Lots of them look like they're just standard mineral deposits. Some of them look like they could be worth a significant amount of money if they were hawked over in human world.
Hey, Mr. Bullman. You protect these caves pretty thoroughly, correct?
These are my homes.
Say if like
Yes.
little parts of it were to be removed from them, how would that make you feel?
What do you mean?
I was just looking at some of the pretty gemstones in the walls. Would you be willing to trade potentially? I got some more of the hilly things that made your arm all better.
What, the rocks?
Yeah, the rocks, the shiny ones.
There's plenty of rocks. Take what you want.
Oh, thank you dearly. And Naoki is just going to start plucking gemstones.
Roll a survival check.
Survival 23.
Alright, I'm gonna roll a percentage die to see what you actually get.
Demon diamonds.
Okay, that's middling tier. That's not too bad. You find some indescript sort of like gemstones and like different sort of like quartzes and crystals. They don't look like they'd fetch you like a king's ransom, but they do look like they're fund a solid wardrobe level of like funding.
Okay. So
I'd say you can add like maybe like six gemstones to your inventory.
Damn.
And an equivalence of what these would be in yen, you're looking at maybe about 70,000 yens worth.
Jesus.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's,
no,
that's-
Naoki
that's
needs
good.
that. He's the most broke one in the party.
Spending all his money away.
Listen, Naoki's wallet is just a conveyor belt of money. It just comes in and then it leaves.
Okay. More time has passed traveling, and he just looks at you as you like pick up the stones. Like, oh, I'll never get some of the lower life forms' fascination with these rocks. Even you, Jin, I don't understand your fascination with them.
Oh yeah, no, it's a really petty habit of mine. I don't get it myself. Ooh, this is especially shiny.
Yeah. I've had to stop many people coming through here. They're always fascinated with these weird rocks, especially. And as he's like gesturing like towards the path up ahead, we'll sort of. It's almost like there's a light coming from the cavern coming up ahead. As you'll have to put your own tokens on the map here.
Okay.
As you guys are led here.
Ooh, it's pretty.
I don't. Oh, there we go. It's good. It's loading in still though. There we go. I got it. Throw myself on the board.
Boy, look at this place.
Oh
One
boy.
second.
Reminds me of Monster Hunter.
You ready to fight a Toby Kadachi?
Hey, Toby Kadachi.
Toby Kadachi.
Tomodachi.
Have you ever played Monster Hunter,
Oh,
Batty?
hi, it's me, Toby Kadachi.
Played a little Monster Hunter.
It's very good.
Okay, I just had to move something over.
Giga Karumi.
Sorry. I'm shrinking them down now.
Slightly larger Pyro.
Honey, I shrunk the Chuny.
Alright. Also, the name Kurinu comes from actually a yokai.
Huh.
The Okuri Inu. Which is the wolf equivalent to the Okami.
Nice.
Ooh. Oh, fuck.
I've done my research into these creatures. And yes, I made a monster girl, but
You degen.
Said nothing.
Degenerate.
I like monster girls. Who wants to fight me on this? I got a new 4th level spell called Swap Hands. Who wants to see what it does?
It's like the first monster girl you made.
with the 8th, but this bull is the 7th. But
Wait a minute.
he leads you into this cavern. The life forms are always fascinated with the stones. I don't get why they risk their lives coming in here. If I don't kill them, other creatures will. These ones in particular, they always want these. They're more bothersome than anything else. As you enter a room just adorned, like, just with gemstones all around, like, coming out of the walls, like, coming out of the ground, and the way they refract and, like sort of redirect light, they're almost illuminating this entire cave with, like, no identifiable light source coming from somewhere.
How
Damn.
Daffy Duck level of greed is Naoki right now?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So what did you just say, Dan?
How Daffy Duck level of greed is Naoki right now?
He is, I would say, like, not as Daffy Duck as he's slowly descending more into Scrooge McDuck.
Oh no!
Damn.
Eh,
Kunai's just thinking, damn, if this weren't so hostile, this would make a pretty nice date site.
Wait, you're thinking that or you're saying it?
I'm thinking that.
Okay. Yeah, otherwise, Renko is going to give you that look.
Heh.
What?
There's stones lying. There's gems crossing through here should bring you to where you need to be on the way out. It's more of a straight shot from this point.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bullman.
Bullman. I like that name.
It wasn't a name more of a what you are, but I mean, if you want to be called that, you can.
You guys giving him a name or what's up?
I think maybe call him Bowman.
Bowman?
Bowman, yeah.
Alright, I'm logging that in. Bowman. I will accept this with enthusiasm. This will be something I allow you 6 alone to call me. Bowman. Roll insight on Bowman.
15.
Sight.
8.
Well, it might be that he can't process it, or at least he can't consciously process it, but subconsciously. You see a faint smile across his face.
Oh, we have a bull buddy.
Hey, think of it like this. Having a name makes it easier to communicate there, friendo.
I look forward to your return.
Oh yeah, we'll be making it back.
Well, it'll be he'll just kind of hang here to make sure nothing ambushes you from the other side. You can walk straight through. Batty, if you would like to, feel free to.
Oh, I was gonna ask about rolling a survival check also.
14.
You all can roll survival checks.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm actually proficient in that.
We found a can.
Oh.
Alright, so let me roll. I'm gonna go down the order of the rolls real quick. So Naoki. Oh shit!
I'm scared. Don't. Why you say this?
Damn, Naoki, you maxed out on both.
You maxed out on rarity and amount you can find. Naoki, digging through some of these quartz crystals and stuff, and really going through, your greedy little money grubbing hands come across what can only be described as diamond. There's no mistaking what this could be. And it's not like a small little diamond, this is like a football sized chunk.
Jesus.
Oh my fucking god.
If you tried to sell this, you're looking somewhere in the upward amounts of the hundreds of thousands of yen.
Hundreds of
You're looking at like 200,000 yen minimum.
200,000 yen.
Fatty, you gotta get like a ring band for Naoki, but have that giant ass diamond on the ring.
Just a giant fucking pimp ring.
Yeah.
Kunai would be next with that 9. Let me see. Okay, not horrible. Kunai, you managed to, dig around to the stones. A lot of them are pretty, they're more decorative than they are, worth some value. But you do come across gemstones, kind of like what Naoki found earlier. You managed to scrounge up a couple of them. Probably about, 15,000, 20,000 yen's worth.
Nice.
And I'm giving you roundabout numbers because if you feel like trying to barter with somebody on these, you can. But that's the initial idea of what a price range on them looks like. Is about 15 to 20,000.
Oh, I've got.
Which is why
I've got an interesting plan for this cable.
Talk to me afterwards, but I think I know what you might want to do.
Hey.
Let's see. Now for the Daisuke. I hate this chair so much. It keeps falling on me. Oh. Daisuke, you managed to dig around. You're not finding anything too... You're more just enamored by the beauty of these stones rather than the monetary value that they can give. You do find a couple gemstones. They'd probably get you about 10,000 yen if you tried to sell them.
We must protect the natural beauty of this place. Right, Naoki?
Wait, what? Sorry, I couldn't hear you over, Oh my god, it's so large.
You do find also, Daisuke, one small, it's almost like a pearl, except the inner parts of it seem to be filled with, some sort of, essence or energy that makes it, almost this blackish red, swirl happening in the middle of it. And you're pretty sure if you were to put this on, some sort of pendant or chain, Mitsuki would, love the shit out of this.
Nice.
So it's not worth anything in terms of value, but it could be used as a gift.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. Okay, Pyro. Uh-huh. Pyro and the rest don't really get much. They find a couple gemstones, but Naoki made out like a fucking thief. Patty, you found the rarest thing I had in here. For me to get that, you had to roll a 100 on a percentage die.
Oh my god!
Wow.
I rolled 100 on a percentage die.
Yeah. On a D100, you'd have to get 100 on there. And then, on top of that, you'd have to max out on the amount of the certain thing that you can find from a D4. Basically, you need to max out on everything.
Naoki, is a money-grubbing whore. And when he smells money to be grubbed, it is going to be grubbed.
Oh, you grub all over it.
I grub the fuck out of that diamond.
So remember, that's 200,000 yen minimum. If you haggle or barter, you could get more for that.
So question. Are we about the halfway point of the session right now?
I believe so. Let me see. We can call the halfway point in just a second.
Okay, does Naoki need to be there for it?
Well, can you give me like 5 more minutes and then we can just kind of get right to it?
Yes.
Okay. So the long and short of it would be, as you guys traveled through this, you'd make your way towards the exit, you'd navigate your way through the cave, and then as you would approach, you'd see beyond like this desolate looking like almost like dried out forest, just the remnants of what looks, not even the remnants, just the outskirts of what looks to be almost a city or some sort of settlement being built. And far off behind it, almost surrounded by like an ethereal like sort of barrier, is a massive foreboding castle. After about a day and a half's travel, you have reached the Dark City. And May's Castle is just beyond it. So we can call the halfway point right here.
Okay, sweet.
That sounds good.
Yee.
So, actually, would you guys want to take like a 30-minute break and start on the hour?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Do you think it would be a good idea to actually call the stream here so that way we could split this up easier into chunks?
Yeah, I thought that's what we were going to do.
Okay, yeah. So everybody, we're going to take a 30-minute break. We're calling the stream for now. We're going to start back up in about half an hour, and we will continue.
Heck